All right, we're good. Welcome,
We are live.
gamers.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to RPI FGC. Today we have something special. We have the RPI plus R tournament, the Guilty Gear XX8 Accent Core plus Reload, which is the full title of this game, sadly. But today we're going to have a prove it to the gamer chat only. This is a gamers only chat. So today we have the Robo-Ky Cup. Robo-Ky being an awful name that I came up with because I'm corny as hell. So for the bracket today, if we could get a visual on the bracket,
I can
we
do
have
that.
11. We have 11 participants today, all of which have been picking up this game since the beta started. And thanks to the wonderful powers of rollback and lobbies that actually have spectating, we can host a tournament for it. So for tonight, we're going to be running this bracket. Right now, it was a free-to-enter bracket, and I decided to donate $50 to the pot, so that'll be split amongst the top three. We'll be running pretty much all of winners on stream. We might do losers, depends how quickly things go. All of top 8 should be streamed, which, granted, not too far from now. And obviously top 4 and so on and so forth will be streamed. So we're going to try to get through all of this in one night. It's a pretty small bracket, so hopefully we'll be able to get through it. With me running the stream, we have our boy Brian, current club president, doing a wonderful job as always.
What's going on?
Please drink verification can, as I see from the chat. And we're sponsored. We're sponsored by Call of Duty. We're sponsored by GameStop. We're not sponsored by any of these things.
Yeah, sorry, the OBS default browser doesn't have ad block. My bad.
We are, however, sponsored by me. So that is one sponsor we have. Not the greatest sponsor. This sponsor will often just force you to play King of Fighters. But in just a few minutes, we're going to be starting up the first match, which will be Space Piracy versus, I'm going to have to read this entire name out. Hold on. I'm going to the market to purchase some fish. Would you like some fish? They have lasers and fry themselves, and sometimes sometimes if you're not careful, but they're very tasty when skewered on ice. So that will be our first match of the night. So we're gonna get those two people in this lobby. So let me invite those people real quick. And let me just make sure that they know via the...
Keep in line with the current Twitch guidelines. We're gonna have to mute the game and make our own sound effects.
Yeah, all the sound effects will be provided by Brian.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So I can't wait. Can't wait to see what Brian has come up with. He actually has an entire soundboard that he recorded himself.
Yeah, just before the tourney. I actually just got it done today, so we're in there.
We're in there.
I have all the characters.
Okay, so let me invite Tyler, and let me invite... I need actually... Here, let me just post the lobby link. That would be a better idea. Please refrain from joining unless you are either commentating or if you are, if you are competing. So, if anyone would like to join me on commentating in the Discord, feel free. Brian will pick up with me as going on right now, but I know Brian will be busy running the stream, so I don't want to overbear him. So if anyone would like to commentate with me, feel free to ask. And then right now we have Tower versus Chewy, so we're gonna pass to them because it is their match.
Their match.
And we're gonna get this first match started. So let's see what we got. I know TRektzz is a Dizzy player for the main part, and Space Piracy is a Ky player, so this is gonna be a bit tricky for Ky for the most part because Ky does not have a very switch the names. They're on. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Ky is very linear in approach, so it's going to be probably pretty difficult for Ky to get on a Dizzy, but we're going to see what Dizzy's going to do as far as zoning to keep him out. Dizzy's really strong in Oki, so it's also going to be rough for Ky as his DP is not the best in the game. So right now they're feeling each other out, of course. This is 2 out of 3 formats, so they're going to have a lot of time. They're not going to have that much time to feel each other out, so sometimes you got to employ the scrub tax where you can, you know. So right now, Ky's been walked in the corner, and Dizzy put herself in it. So let's see what we got going on. Trying to set up some bubbles in neutral right now. So the big thing about Dizzy's fish is that she can set multiple commands to it. So you really have to watch out because it's very hard to tell what she's actually setting up. Sometimes it'll be bites, sometimes it'll be lasers, and then in any given order you have to watch out for things.
Can you do the same order multiple times?
You can do the same order multiple times. The thing is, once the fish is out, you can't input any more commands to my knowledge. And then the fish itself can be killed, which puts on a tiny bit of a cooldown, not too big though. Putting out the fish itself is a bit long though. So right now trying to zone out a bit with those air fireballs, but not really getting much off it. Ooh, almost had an opening there with the charged stun edge. Ooh, nice DP to call out the air dash. Ooh, gets caught by the online classic, Greed Sever. Ride the lightning in her face, but she knows...
really online, would have done a second one.
He would have done a second one, am I right? But Tyler knows to faultless to avoid the chip out, so right now, big life lead, ooh, gets tagged by the fireball. Big life lead, I was gonna say, but it could have gone either way at the end there. So going on to round 2, we have round star fireball, stun dipper. Okay, what's the Oki? Ooh, the new player classic of back jump air dash forward, even when he had the Oki. Interesting play. Okay, a lot of stun dippers right now. Ooh, blocks the Greed Sever Airborne. If you block the Greed Sever Airborne, it is a bit easier to punish. Because you usually hit the ground and then get out of blocks almost immediately. Ooh, burst out of the pillar, no hard knockdown. Unfortunate thing about... Ooh, tries to call it the air dash again, but no one's home. Biggest thing about charged stun edge with Ky is that it does not go full screen, so it's really not that great outside of Oki. But we're going to see where he gets. An important thing Ky needs to do is often FRC out of charged stun edge, so you get a bit better on Oki. So let's see, we got laser Oki, bite, no follow-up. Right now Ky's got a really good life lead. The fish takes the hit, actually saved her there. So an interesting thing, if a hitbox overlaps, game 1 goes to Space Piracy / Chewy. But an interesting thing is that if... wait, this isn't the duck game bracket. Oh, did Space Piracy leave? Disconnect?
Yep. Remember guys, this game is in rollback beta. It can break at any moment.
But a big thing is that Dizzy kind of struggles getting high damage because a lot of her stuff is a bit harder. So that's one thing to always keep in mind. So going on to match 2, Space Piracy versus... Okay, sides have switched, so we got Ky versus Dizzy probably again, I'd imagine. I don't think Tower's making a character change, but, you know, spending that time in the character select screen to think about it, always good. So going into round 2, or match 2 rather, let's see what we got. Big thing I notice is once Chewie gets the life lead, he does like to hang back, and for Dizzy that's not really great, because Dizzy usually wants people to come to her. Ooh, gets tagged by a stun dipper again. Runs up, mid. Gets hard knockdown from Pin. We got Fish in neutral. The good thing is that Fish can actually eat hits. If a hitbox overlaps both Dizzy and the Fish will take the hit, and she won't get hit, which is really good, especially if someone tries to DP on Wake Up. Often she will just blow through DPs with that.
It's a fantastic summon she has then.
Yeah, it's actually one of the only projectiles in the game. Ooh, uses that to knock him down and get the throw. But it is one of the only projectiles. Ooh, quick round from Dizzy. So that is one thing about Dizzy. She's a very, very momentum-heavy character. If she gets that hard knockdown, she gets Fish out, she can just kind of keep you down. But Dizzy's Fish is actually one of the only things that can beat Justice nukes. That's why that matchup is really bad for Justice. But we're seeing a lot of air dash movement. Great thing is that Dizzy, 2 air dashes, one of the 3 characters that do have 2 air dashes, keeps great space against Ky. Ky really does not have solid approach tools, so it is a bit tricky for him to get in once Dizzy set up an offense. Tries to go for a pin there, gets stuck by a fireball though. Ooh, far range Greed Sever and a fireball.
Yeah, so it seems Kai's more reliant on the system more than other characters, right? Because of what he has available to him.
Greed Sever. Yeah, Ky very much benefits from being able to do things like FRC because you get better Oki. Ooh, another Greed Sever. Just calling him out with these online classics. Ooh. Ky does have a lot of tricky things, but once you start to understand him, he has some crazy stuff. Ooh, gets the waltz. Ooh. Got challenged on the wake up there, but I was gonna say got the wall splash from the laser. Dizzy's lasers on air hit will get a wall splash.
Round start!
Gormless
now we're
over.
playing online. Oh, again!
Okay, wait a minute. Forget whatever I said. This last round, she was trying to close it out. Another one. Tower needs to start reacting. This is some blow up city right here. Ooh, tries to
man
DP
is
the
a
air
product
again.
of his environment. He's gonna take advantage.
Ooh, mashes out with the jab. Sorry, doesn't mash. Uses his Sikabare. Uses Sikabare to challenge Dizzy's pressure. Looking pretty close in life. Ooh, clash with the Greed Sever, but still tagging with the multi-hit. RC's out of things. What's the mix? No mix. Just blocking it for block's sakes. Ooh, air dashes over the fireball. Gets an opening. Greed Sever again to close out the match. 2-0 for Chewie. Dude, these online Greed Severs. Doesn't matter if it's rollback.
Still gonna get hit.
Does not matter if it's rollback. That overhead is still unreactable, as we have seen. Oh lord.
It was a great change of strategy in the last round. That was
the Greed
really
Sever.
effective.
Okay.
Really
well,
quick.
for the next match, we got Clueless Baby. Oh, sorry. Never mind. There's a new. Oh God, they're screwing me with these names here.
Oh.
Okay. We have You Have to Eat All the Eggs. Yeah, you can commentate with us, Sean, if your mic works. You have to eat all the eggs with. I'm here with Nathaniel Scuttlebug, Paraguma, two-legged, black-haired Singularity. Hold on, I gotta read out the whole thing, don't I? We're here with. I'm here with Nathaniel Scuttlebug, Paragoomba, two-legged, black-haired, Singularity, three-legged, Master Roshi, Koopa the Quick, every time, sometimes, once in a while, Untitled Artist, One Mahjong Titans was held available on PC, Windows Flash Computer, Personal Computer, Android, Mobile Phone, Samsung Galaxy, Microsoft Windows 10, Windows 2000, Desktop, Linux PC, Mac HTML, Mario 5 platform, Super Windows 8.1, Windows 7 Promo, Chrome OS, Android, KitKat, Macintosh, Apple Computer, Windows VirtualBox, VMware, Wii U browser, Wii U Nintendo browser, original Nintendo, Lolo, unofficial, 3DS, Linux, Super Ubuntu, SpongeBob, Stupid and Mario Simulator portable device, Goomba Troopa Goomba Koopa Paratroopa, Bubba Bullet Bill, My Aunt Jill, Piranha Plant, Obama's Ramp, Big Boo, Little Boo, Medium Boo, I Miss You Boo, Wompy, Imple, Bimpy, Chain Chomp, Thwomp, Teeny, Weeny, Peeny, Beanie, Lackatoo, Brackatoo, Lickety, Splickety, Shiny, Spiny, Whiny, Two-Tone, Whiny, Babom, Bomb, Boo Bomb, Hokey, Wokey, Pokey, Licky, Doky, Boom Boom Boom, Bonsai, Wanzai, Billy Harrington, and Shocky Klepto, Fly You, Unagi, Lil Sushi Mushi, Golden Tiger Roll, and Jolly Roger Bay Home. It's time for dinner. Blaster when Bob Ross, Space, Micro, Bloomberg, Medication, Beach, Grindle, Spindle, Skeeter, Bubba, You're in Trouble, Bully Her, Anonymous, Super Cooper, Jamboree, Oh Mama, Heave Ho, Blizzard, Holy Goldie, Lizard, Mad Piano, who always scared me as a kid in Super Mario 64, Bop, Fwoosh, Don't Blow Me Off the Mountain, Nathan, Moneybag, Bunny, Slag, Bomb, Snuff It, Chuck Ya, Frick Ya for the legality, Sushi Shark, Mr. Bookin' Bigger, Mr. Giant Eyeball, Killer Chair floats from one room to another. Bandai Namco Entertainment, Japanese video game development company, Bandy. Okay.
Absolutely fantastic. Our challenger
Absolutely
is
fantastic.
very verbose. You know.
Very verbose. So we're gonna pass it to these two. Let's just wait a minute if we could get
Sean.
if we could get Sean in here. Can I just drag Sean in here? So I can. Are you allowed to talk in this lobby? No.
It's me.
It's
You're
Sean.
pretty true. Yeah, that's my catchphrase. You know my catchphrase, Dean?
Okay, you need to join the lobby.
right?
Okay, you need to join the lobby so
Nah,
that we
I'll
can.
just watch Twitch stream. I'll be
You're gonna
fine.
you're okay.
There's
You're gonna be behind.
there's gonna be a delay.
There's gonna be a sizable delay.
It's fine. It's just Sam's show.
Wait. No, I got you. Hold on.
Here, no, I got it because you're
Okay.
because you're
Okay.
already streaming onto Twitch.
Okay.
I got it. Okay, there you go.
Alright, I'm here to commentate Third Strike. Let's go.
Okay, we're gonna pass it to
Our players.
Snydem and Skeleton. Brian, if you could pass it to Skeleton. There
Yep.
we go. We're gonna get our second match underway. I'm sorry for the delay that reading that name caused. That's the only time I'm gonna read it, Chris. So
Yeah, you
unless
only
you
get
get
one.
the grands. If you get into grands, I'll read it again.
Yo, Dean, this brings me all the way back to like 1997. You know that tournament, right? Tournament in Guild Gear.
Yeah, the tournament '97. Right. So Skeleton's playing Potemkin and Snydem's playing Baiken. So we're gonna see. I don't think I've ever seen these two play in a video game before. So we're gonna see how these two feel each other out. Skeleton is a fairly famous Melty Blood player who plays, I believe, Coma and Neko Arc Chaos. And then Snydem is one of our club officers who is famous for liking feet. So we're gonna see how this goes.
Oh,
Who's a
and
better
Master
flex
E builds
versus
Doran's
Street
ring.
Okay, Sean. Enough with the. Let's try to focus on the match here. You know, match of Third Strike we're clearly watching. So we're gonna see right now. Life Lead is in favor of Skeleton because the fact of the matter is Potemkin does way too much damage. But we're gonna see how
There's
that goes.
Tsubamagashi. Man is just trying to zone him out with Tsubamagashi. Keep Potemkin from coming in and keep him from getting those meaty arms all over him.
Buster.
Oh. Potemkin Buster at 1% health.
I mean, Potemkin Buster, it does what it does. Damon keeping it simple, just comboing the sweep whenever he can, and then just going for command grabs.
Oh, and he's shoving his nasty potato legs all inside of Baiken over here. Oh, and here comes the
Almighty.
slammies. Man is just doing dunks like Terry.
Nice guard cancel to get out of pressure. See, the great thing about Baiken is that her guard cancels in this game, as opposed to her parries and Xrd, are a bit more useful. It gives her some really good matchups, especially against characters like Eddie, who love putting people in block stun. But it also lets Baiken play a lot more patient, being able to expose people to stun hitting buttons. Anything
Playing
that's super
incredibly
punishable.
patient, not even falling for a single one of Damon's attacks.
Damon
Skeleton is
just taunted in neutral, so we're gonna have to penalize Damon for that one. He loses 17 gold coins for that. No combo
that's
on the
almost a
guard
big
cancel.
coin right
Dean
there.
those at grands. Unfortunate.
And he is still hanger breaking. Chris is not falling for a single handbrake. He is not approaching at all. Oh, not a single. Oh, and he got hit.
Oh my god,
Oh,
another
no.
Potemkin Buster to close out the round.
Potemkin Buster.
That's the first one going to you have to eat all the eggs. So,
You have to eat all these pot.
So how many eggs do you think Potemkin eats a day in order to get that big?
enough. Enough, I would say. But, so the big thing I think that Chris needs to adapt to with Damon's play is that needs to be a bit more patient, a bit more willing to block the hammer falls to just, you know, punish them with either guard cancel or just punish them naturally because they are punishable.
Does Baiken have too many multi-hits to actually deal with Hammer Break, or does it just...
Well, here's the thing. Damon's not too familiar with the system, so I doubt we're going to see many FRCs. Or even just cancels of the move itself. I think the lobby might have broken.
It seems like it. When it communicates like this for a while, there may be an issue.
Alright, so we're going to restart the lobby real quick. This is the downside of being in a beta. Don't close your game. I'm going to close my game so that it boots you out. And then we're going to invite them back to the lobby. This is the one downside of it being on a beta. These lobbies are buggy.
So I think we should spend some time to talk about our sponsor today, Ritz Crackers.
It's actually not Ritz Crackers. It is premium saltine crackers. Let me
You can eat them with cheese. You can eat them with butter. You can put some lard on them. Just eat crackers. They're good for you.
Hey.
I'd like to sponsor water. Get a chug in, fellas, while we wait.
Yeah, get a chug in. I actually have a Poland Spring gallon right with me right now. I'm going to take a big chug for the stream. Stay hydrated, boys.
And be sure to always drink water with your crackers. There's no cracker better than a moist cracker.
Don't know about that one. We're going to get going with the
That's why they're called crackers. They used to crack, but then they
Okay, Sean. Whatever you say. Yeah, lobbies do be kind of whack.
And lobbies whack.
Lobbies whack. Communication's been disconnected again, bro. Okay, hold on. This is the true struggle. This is the true end of all things. The moment we run a bracket, this stuff just starts happening. So hopefully we can get this next match going a bit quicker. Moving on to the second match of the night, or the second match of the second set of the night.
The third match of the second match of the second set. Let's go.
Okay, so hopefully that long cooldown has given Chris time to think about how to deal with Potemkin overall, and hopefully Damon will hit Baiken with more pot busters, because honestly every time a pot buster happens, it does break the heart of the other player, but it is also funny. Ooh, guard cancels the far heavy. That was a ballsy move from round start. Okay, let's see. Ooh, impatient with these jump-ins. Those were two failed pot busters. You could see it in the Mega Fist.
Oh, but Damon's got this pressure going up.
Ooh, another 6P. Another 6P. You can see the signs of these failed Potemkin busters. Every time a punch happens that is not a Potemkin buster, that's one of them. You can't zone out Hammer Fall Tommygun. Another Potemkin buster, that is big.
But the one benefit of missing a Potemkin buster,
with another one.
Ooh, another
for another one. Oh my god.
But ooh.
You actually can block slide head up close, thanks to the way it works, because it is actually hit up close and the unblockable part does not happen at point blank. First round of the second match goes to Damon, gets tagged on the Tommygun. Another Mega Fist. I think Chris's best idea is to stand back a bit, wait for the hammer falls, and try to call them out a bit better. Because trying to poke them is usually going to get Chris
It's a good thing Damon doesn't know what he's doing, or else he'd just grab Chris out of the air when he's doing a Tommygun.
Tries to challenge these hammer falls again. No one's home. Oh, that's a stun. Oh, he missed.
No.
Oh, what is he doing?
Busters. He can't Potemkin Buster on command for his life. But that's 2-2 for Damon.
The 4 Potemkin Busters.
That's 2-0 for Damon. Oof. You know, you hate to see it like this. Chris, you do know if you go 0-2 in this bracket, you will be forced to get socks that have the words "I love feet" on them.
Anyway, gamers, that's enough for tonight. I'll see you all later. Like and subscribe. Buy the merch. See ya.
Thank you very much. Okay, that was wonderful from my temporary co-commentator Sean. So the next match we have Zadio and our stream runner himself, Brian. So hopefully running.
Set up the names. I'll mute myself. That way get the commentary going.
Yeah,
Hit my
we're
buttons
gonna.
while I play.
Would anyone like to commentate this next match since Brian's gonna be playing? Brian's gonna be playing Mark, so we're gonna try to get in here. But if anyone else would like to commentate, we can get another commentator in here to get going. Hopefully, because I know this was an issue. Because I do know this was an issue with. Here, you don't have to worry about joining the lobby, Ryan. Just 'cause I'm gonna stream it through my Discord.
Okay.
But just give it a second so we can just adjust our volume. We had wonderful commentary from Sean. If wonderful is a word, I'll use it because it was certainly full of wonder.
Yeah. Ryan, can you say
It was
something?
it was at the very least entertaining.
It was
I'll give it that
entertaining.
one. I'll say it made me chuckle at least a few times.
All right, I'm gonna head back to the game. I'm going in.
Okay.
Dude, I believe in you, Brian.
So we're gonna be seeing Brian versus Mark in this match. Now Mark plays a few characters. He plays a mix of May, Cliff. Okay, so we're gonna be seeing May today. And then Brian plays Slayer. I have actually not seen Brian's Slayer. I know he loves Big Bang Upper, but I have not seen him play.
No. Dude, Brian leveled up massively in this past week. Not gonna lie, kind of clean.
Okay, we're gonna see that cleanness right now. We got Zombie May, we got the Ghost Pirate versus the Big Vampire Dandy. Ooh, tries to call out from full screen. Overhead kiss. That stuff is cheap as hell in this game.
See, don't worry, Brian got meat up by the match he played against Mark right before. Listened, I think he's gonna make the adaptation.
We're seeing some plus frames coming out. Ooh, another overhead kiss. No combo off it though.
Don't worry, it's only a matter of time. Brian, king of fundamentals. Oh god, he got busy.
Doesn't capitalize off of it. Ends up going for a quick jab. Alright, Slayer's got a pretty big life deficit, but Big Bang Upper, two Big Bang Uppers. Where is she?
Oh, he went for. Oh, but the problem is it doesn't work again. He just gets
vacation. Yeah, I was about to say if Slayer to life deficit doesn't mean much. This character is explosive as can be. So we're gonna see how this goes in the second round.
Tried to go for run up command grab. Brian checked.
Mappa punches plus on hit and on block, pretty sure. So Mark gotta be careful hitting those buttons. Ooh, back standy step to the launcher. No combo though.
Good, careful play. Making sure he's checking the air movement. Ooh, good answer.
I think the big thing that's
trying to go for the mix.
I think the big thing that's important for May in this matchup is to kind of stay out of Dandy's Slayer Dandy's range, because Slayer, once he gets something like that, Big Bang Upper, that's a lot of damage for pretty much free.
To be fair though, Mark kind of been doing it with this command grab, so. Ooh. No, could just abuse the player matchup. Oh boy, that can no, that's not good.
Gets the OTG super though.
May has but he uses the
nice
standing step. Is that the kill? It's not the kill.
Let's go for the overhead, but he actually blocks it. Very impressive. Ooh, and gets the slide. I'm surprised this slide actually caught the horizontal dolphin, because horizontal dolphin is low in
meant to be airborne
frames.
Yeah.
Ooh, Danny stepped forward in a pile bunker.
Dude, he's betting it all.
Another overhead kiss. It's so hard to discern. She just cancels into run movement.
Okay, he gets a win on the trade.
It almost looks a bit unreal in how she cancels that movement. So.
Oh dang! Big Bang Upper's blocked. Good call out with the anti-air.
Ooh, calls out the burst. Very bad burst from
Ooh.
This could be anyone's game right now. Ooh, another Big Bang Upper. No punish. I don't even know if Big Bang Upper's punishable actually.
It is -22, but pushback is pretty large, so typically you have to punish with a special.
Another overhead kiss is going to capitalize off that damage. Nope.
Doesn't that meter? Let's see. Ooh, gets the meaty.
Both players have enough to do force break. Or no, not Mark anymore, just follow stat. Ooh, very bad whiff, but no punish. Both players are playing really patient right now. Ooh, and gets hit by that cross up 2H. First match going to go to Mark. So probably going to be just a second, because I know our stream runner is at the same time trying to adjust scores as he is playing, so give him a minute. We're going to be going into the next match. Switching up the names. So, okay, so no character change because I don't think Brian plays any other characters, which is good because Slayer is super hype. So we're going to see if he makes any adjustments against Mei's range in this game. We're going to see what adjustments Dio makes to some of Slayer's a bit more explosive measures. Fun fact about this stage actually used to cause memory leaks on the PlayStation 3 version of this game, which used to be this tournament standard.
Dude, fantastic. Making sure that people just play on one stage the entire time.
Dude, training stage, the Grid Fighter 5. We just go for Blanca Ball, but gets punished on it.
Aw, but not a good punish.
Overhead Dokis. Still not capitalizing off this damage he's getting from all these free overhead kisses, but at the very least, the amount of times he's been landing has been making up for it. Pile bunker from very far away.
Almost was safe. Keeping him out.
Ooh, burst.
Ooh.
Could have gotten punished on the burst, but...
Oh, he got overhead kissed again.
Ooh,
he calls up the jump.
Dolphins. Ooh, gets hit with the Force Break Dolphin. Force Break Dolphin just leaves Mei completely off the Dolphin, able to do whatever she wants. Convert, do whatever. It's a very, very strong tool. Even often offers combos.
Ooh, gets the punish.
Is there a conversion? Blocks the overhead.
Gets a knockdown. Ooh. Dolphin.
Important adjustment, I think. Oof, gets called out. Important adjustment, I think Brian needs to make probably be in his best interest to avoid some of Mei's some Mei's a lot more upper body attacks because Slayer does have a lot of ways to low profile things, whether it be a slide or it be a 6P. Because Mei loves to use horizontal dolphin. And horizontal dolphin is very easy to call out with 6Ps and such.
I think the biggest thing is that Brian needs to cover up his approaches. A lot of his approaches are just either getting called out or like Mark's doing something at the same time that's just like keeping him in place. The biggest thing when I was playing Brian, I was always the one approaching him, so he was always able to like show off how good his fundamental is. Unsurprising of a Street Fighter play. To be fair, he's getting something started.
Ooh, what's the tries to meaty with overhead kiss, but no one's that ain't working.
Ooh, big bang upper whiffs, but no punish. Oh, he tries to backdash it.
Ooh, so that one super from Mei is very simple input. It's just half circle back heavy punch or heavy slash, but the benefit of it is that it can OTG and it will offer combo after in a lot of situations.
Ooh, gets a pile bunker. Good damage.
Ooh, heavy pile bunker hitting that.
Ooh.
That
this is even game. Oh, that's a big upper.
Big bang upper to close out the
around.
round. Let's see if he can close out this match though. Blanca slide.
To be fair, still needs to win his first game, Dean.
Hey, I said close out the match, not the set. Ooh, 6P's the dolphin.
Ooh. Overhead. Almost converts. Oh, he was locked in hit stun, so he couldn't get grabbed.
Sometimes you just gotta eat the hit if he's gonna cancel an overhead kiss, I guess. Another overhead kiss, no conversion.
Oh, but he gets meaty. Even Guilty Gear makes Street Fighter players not block on wake up.
Ooh, that pile bunker hit like a brick.
Map a punch. Keeping himself in. Ooh, gets the anti-hit. Oh, but he gets over kiss.
Doesn't want the full screen space. Slayer wants to get in.
You can
Just
get
a raw 6P. Calling out some of the... Ooh, big bang upper to just call out the overhead kiss there.
Did have a lot of meter, had a lot of different ways to spend it.
And all of those ways he spent it were big bang upper. And honestly, not a bad idea. You know, big bang upper, if you can convert off of it, if you could just do another one, might as well do it.
To be fair,
we're gonna see if Mark makes it. We're gonna see if Mark makes a change at all. No, he's gonna still stick with Mei, because I do know Mark also plays Cliff.
He plays Cliff, and I think he plays another character, but I think the biggest thing is
Testament. Plays a very, very little bit of Testament.
I think he's like trying to just play to comfort, not trying to play character matchup, just play the character he's most familiar with, played a lot of her in Xrd.
Forward dandy step.
Out.
Dirty.
Round starts.
Forward dandy steps too dirty, so dirty they took it out, but... We're gonna see where he goes from here.
Brian's.
He's
I really like the fact that Brian's slowing down his approach, making sure to use his invincible forward dash when he can to make his way through. I think it's working out a lot better.
And he's gotten way better at calling. He's gotten way better at calling out these. Ooh, Dust trade into. Dust in this game works so weird because you can trade on and still get the launch. But you know, he's calling out a lot more of these horizontal dolphins with 6P, which is a very, very strong thing to do in this character. Sometimes it will whiff like that though, but at the end of the day, that's better than blocking it. That's better than getting hit by it.
Ooh, calls out the moment cancel.
Tries to pile bunker, but no one's home. Ooh, very, very patient. Calls it out with map punch. Brian's got the reaction of an Alpha 2 player. He's got her in the corner right now. Mei doesn't really have any good ways to fight out of the corner, being that she does not have any traditional reversals.
Ooh, but he gets the overhead kiss.
But gets overhead kiss to get out. Back in full screen where Slayer does not want to be, so... Ooh, Super from full screen calls out that normal. What a whiff punish!
Dude, once again, Alpha 2 reactions.
Saying, I'm doing custom combo full screen, I'm playing Evil Ryu, you're getting blown out. What a whiff punish. Seriously, Mark thinking twice about throwing out buttons, but he's not thinking twice about doing these overhead kisses.
Dude, is he about to get hit by the online special 2.0?
Block.
People thought Greed Sever was there at side. Overhead kiss.
Overhead kiss has some invul frames on it too, so it's very rough. That's gonna be safe.
Did you get the conversion? Even then, actually, I think it's plus actually, yeah.
That super's plus if the whale comes out. What you actually do to avoid that is to faultless it so that you can't actually hit the last hit of it because then the orca does not come out.
Oh, didn't know that.
Ooh, whale. Faultlesses it though. No takes, no chip. Ooh, gets chunked by the anchor.
Final game. Final round.
Double Luigi, as the Eris fans say. So we're gonna see what this last round's gonna carry.
So far, decent start from Mark. Keeping him out, getting these, ooh, and then gets a command grab. Just taking all these stray hits. They're all piling up one by one, getting an advantage. Oh, but Brian seems to be getting stuff.
So Mark making a good adjustment, using slide to call out pretty much all of Slayer's dandy step options. Pretty strong, honestly, because I don't think any of the dandy step options are low invul to my knowledge. Ooh, gets the grab. Nice throw.
Ooh.
Another overhead kiss. Is that gonna close out the round? No, it won't.
We're gonna close out the round, but it's getting real close. Can Brian manage to turn it around?
Ooh, big bang upper. What's the damage? Ooh, burst. Bad burst. Gets pile bunkered off the burst.
Turns it around.
Good.
Mark had the 50% life lead. I was telling you, Dean. And I think in the week that Brian has been playing this game, he's been getting better.
Big bang.
Getting a little bit clean.
Big bang upper ×2, bad burst, and a sliding knockdown. That was a
pile bunker, dude.
That was a heartbreaking loss there.
I told you, Dean. Brian's leveled up.
You did tell me. That was a wonderful match between the two of you. I gotta say, it had me at the very end there with the bad burst and the kill. Jeez.
Thank you, Mark, for being so amazing. That was a great match. You had me at the edge of my seat, dude. Oh.
But that's the thing about Slayer, right? In one split second, the entire match just turns around. So, you know, wonderful match. We're gonna get to our next one, which will be the technical first thing of round 2, which is who is this?
What, Benson's Facebook, or you mean?
I'm looking at the next in the bracket because a lot of you changed your names to mess with me. I don't know who.
No, so what are you looking at? Which
I'm looking at the bracket. I'm looking at nobody.
No, I mean which like not like number. There's like 5.
This is round 2, but we're gonna have.
No, but they're labeled with numbers, so you can like.
We're gonna have 4. We're gonna have 4.
Oh, okay. So me against Yikes Cope. See the cringe.
Yeah, I don't know who.
See the cringe unbased. That's the Chipp player, Andy.
Okay, that's Andy. Okay, so we're gonna have those two in here.
I'll be exiting.
Yeah, you'll be
See ya,
exiting
boy.
because we now have our co-commentator and streamer are back. So we're gonna get
So it's Yikes Cope, See the Cringe on Base versus NBKW? Is that who's going?
NBKW stands for Nobody Beats Kurt Wilde.
Ah, this is what you've been talking about. Fantastic.
So Nobody Beats Kurt Wilde, also known as Ryan, is our resident jam player, and Andy is one of the guests for the tournament. He is a Chipp player. So it's going to be a very, very fast-paced match coming up, because these are very two Nat-like characters, as we call it. We call a lot of Guilty Gear matchups Nat Simulator 2020, or rather 2012, I guess. But we're going to see some high-speed matches for this next one. So hopefully they can join up, and we can get this next match. I almost said Nat match. We can get this next match underway. So now Ryan's been labbing this game a lot. He's been playing a lot over the week. I know Andy has as well. Jam is a very strong character in this game. She has high explosive damage, probably the most explosive damage in the game. We're not gonna just. Let me just say, hold up. We're gonna just set everything up. Nobody beats Kurt Wilde. Yeah, so we got we have Jam, who is an incredibly explosive character, highest damage in the game, I'm pretty sure, or at the very least up there in terms of damage. And we have Chipp, who, as the name implies, he chips you the hell down through constant interactions, constant Oki. This character is one of the hardest to pin down in the game, but if he gets hit, he's kind of done for. So if Jam gets any and all conversion, that's just it for Chipp.
Really good at making those interactions happen with his movement. He's just all over the screen.
So we're gonna see it starting up. There's gonna be a very fast-paced match. Hopefully the rollback calms down a bit.
We are now on winners round 2, by the way.
Yep, this is winners round 2. Our other contestants or competitors had a bye, including our first 3 seeds. So this is the, I believe, this is the 4th and 5th seed. So let's see it. Ooh, tries to charge point blank. Nothing doing there. Ooh, gets the air-to-air counter hit. Air-to-air counter hit slash with Jam is a very strong starter tool. Jam can kind of just get whatever she wants off that because it gives guaranteed knockdown until it touches the ground. Nice puffball. So the big thing about Chipp is that Chipp is going to constantly be teleporting around the screen, trying to just cause a lot of confusion. He has a lot of unique tools, such as Faust defense cancels, which let him cancel his movement to then give an ambiguous cross-up on certain things. Chipp also has some tricky stuff in this game compared to some other incarnations of him. When he bursts, he is actually invisible until he touches the ground, so punishing him is quite difficult. Right. However, though, if he does get tagged like that, you can see Jam just kind of, even just on stray hits, kills him very quickly. That first round goes to Jam. He jabs out the corner, but gets put back in. No charge. Let's go for 6H, but calls her out with 2P. Jam's 6H is low and but 2P is a great way to challenge it, because it is not a low. Ooh, that's a lot of cards, and that's a lot of damage. Ooh, no full conversion, gets an accidental OTG, but as you can see, Chipp, low health, Jam, high damage.
Let's see Jam put those cards to use.
Got one of each. Ooh, gets called out trying to do wake up overhead kick, but still gets a dragon kick conversion. Yeah, EX dragon kick is gonna. I see from the chat, Chewy. I trained Andy myself. If he loses, it's on him. Master's not gonna take. Master Greed Sever's not gonna take any and all responsibility for his student. You two should be good. Just pass it over, and we're gonna get round 2 match 2 started. First match goes to Nobody Beats Kurt Wilde. So Kurt Wilde from the Hot Wheels movie, if you guys did not know, Hot Wheels World Race. He was the rival character, if I remember correctly. He hated the surf rats that he referred to. I believe the main character was one of the surfers. I've not watched the movie in like a decade and a half, though, so don't quote me on it. Oh baby, we're in Ratland. Tries to teleport, but gets called out. We got Dragon Kick. DP's out of, so no Oki there. Yeah, they're kind of feeling each other out. That's a lot of this match, is that the fact that these two characters move around so much. You're going to see a lot of air dashing around, you're going to see a lot of teleports, you're going to see a lot of people not hitting each other.
It's all about getting those straight hits. And hopefully converting off them.
That's a lot of cards.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
bad DP, but gets burst. Does not want to take the damage for even a second. Chipp will use his burst whenever possible. But that's...
no.
Ooh, that could have
What's
been
the open?
devastating. That could have been dead right there. Ooh, wake up super. Wesker
Wow.
super.
Didn't
Crossed
realize
up.
how many hits there was. Or got crossed
Oh, he
up.
taunts. Accidental taunt. What's going on? There's a second accidental taunt of this tournament.
Tried to dragon kick him for doing something like that.
Ooh, EX Puffball. That is also known as the Belligerence tool. EX Puffball, I taught him that taunt neutral. EX Puffball from Jam. It's a force break at a tumble run. Invincible, pretty much unpunishable. Oh, and we have a disconnect.
Oh man. Yikes.
We good? I think the lobby just hard broke. Yikes.
That is not what you want to see.
Beta. So this is this is the sad part about this. So we're gonna have to just redo that match. I apologize to Ryan who was up, but the way we're doing this is that if we have a disconnect, we're gonna do one DC free per like match, because you know we don't want to. We don't want it to be too unfair because this happens often with the game itself. So we're gonna try to restart that match. So hopefully this one goes all good. If any further disconnects happen, we're just gonna have to take off. So we're just gonna restart the match. If there's another DC again, no, we're not restarting the set. You still have one. You still have one matchup. So if we get a DC again, whoever was in the lead just wins that match. You know,
Just to keep things going.
if you get an extra DC, so like that's the thing with this beta. You know, we could try to rerun matches all night, but we're gonna be here all night if we do that. But hopefully we don't have too many disconnects. If you are suspected, as I'm reading Discord, if you are suspected of disconnecting intentionally once you have a life lead, you will be DQ'd. So now we got Rei Ayanami Jam versus a bit lighter Chipp. I don't know what color this reference to, if anything, but back to the match. But hopefully Ryan can get back his lead. I do apologize, as this is just the side effect of this beta. Hopefully when this game comes out retail, or at least the update comes out retail, we have a lot less of this going on. Who tries to dust him,
Would be
but Gold bursts
fantastic.
out.
Would put itself ahead of a bunch of other games if it has a functional lobby system.
Oh, we'll put it against a lot of other games if it has functional rollback in the lobby system. The only other options we've really been having in all this COVID stuff are Fightcade and all that kind of stuff. But no one wants to play old man games. We're gonna play this like teenage game because it's from 2012.
Rebellious game.
Rebellious game. That's the best way I would describe this game. It is rebellious. Tries to Gamma Blade on
Nice
Oki. Gamma
clash.
Blade is a good way to call out DPs, as it does catch most things. Very active. Ooh, hits him with that fat. Ooh, blocks the Dragon Kick, but no punish. Biggest thing in the recovery on Dragon Kick, can low profile things, so always punish it with a low. Ooh, gets caught by the cross up, teleport, jump heavy. That's gonna be one round up for amazing blocking.
Caught him in the air. It was a bit too high.
DPs. Ooh, no conversion off that counter hit. So the big thing about Chipp's jump dust, that jump dust is probably the fastest jump dust in the game and will slam you down, giving a hard knockdown for Chipp. Chipp does not have very high damage, but he does have a lot of ways to just call his hard knockdown mix. Yeah, the biggest thing that Chipp can do right now is just try to stay away from Jam, especially when she has those cards. Try to make her whiff, try to make her get blocked, whatever happens. Ooh, tries to go for command grab there, no one. Ooh, cancels the command grab and the force break. That's one thing that Chipp can do in this game, which is kind of crazy, honestly. Bait up people out in the jumping and then tag them for it. A lot of
Too
damage
fast
in
going
1
on right
second,
now.
though.
Oh, Belligerent coming through. Pain Train coming through.
Very close match right now. Whiffs another. No meter on Jam's part. It's gonna be rough. This is currently in Chipp's favor, even though the life lead's not there. Ooh, but gets hit by cross-up jump slash. Jump slash's hitbox is very, very strong, so it's very hard for characters to know which side's gonna hit. Also, the pushback on it's quite strong, so it's very hard to punish it with a throw on block. Ooh, no dragon kick, too short. No conversion there. Air alpha blade.
He's throwing buttons for his life. He's trying to keep space.
Right now, straight hits is how these two players are going to play. Ooh, no command grab, too close. Command grab does actually have a dead zone, weirdly enough. Ooh, goes for the classic faultless defense throw, makes it.
So the FD stops your air momentum?
Chipp has, I don't know what it is exactly, but Chipp has, I believe, something they can cancel an FD that stops their momentum, and he gets ambiguous cross-ups from that, and he also can just use the throw mix-up on Wake Up.
I see.
Ooh, whiffs the dragon kick, no punish, bursts out. Teleports behind the...
They're going all out here. APM's on the rise.
FB Puffball losing the teleport. Ooh, gets tagged,
there it is
and that's
again.
it. The big thing about Force Break Puffball can be canceled into any of her card specials, which just causes a large amount of damage. I just joined. Hello, Ryan. Welcome back. Good game there.
Nice.
With
I don't know if I would say good. I think the second game was honestly a lot messier, but
it was a bit. Ooh. Brian, where'd you go?
What do you mean?
what do you mean? Where did I go?
No, Brian.
I left?
Oh, Brian. Sorry.
I got
It was a bit messy, but you know what? Honestly, in a Chipp match, Chipp versus Jam, I can't see those matches going anything other than spaghetti.
I don't know. I thought the first match was kind of clean. I thought like I got decent combos, good openings.
But you know, good games there. Again with the disconnect thing.
I left like everything, so I didn't hear it.
Every set gets, you know, I'm just gonna boot you out of the lobby just so we have the least amount of errors possible because I know sometimes people.
Definitely. Yeah, I can just leave.
But the big thing is that, again, just so people know, we're gonna give every set one disconnect gratis, and then depending on what the situations of that match is, if there's more or if it's a constant thing, we'll determine based on who is winning, or you know, if someone particular is like disconnecting because their internet's acting up or something, then you know that person will have to be sent down to losers or something.
Today, somebody beat Kurt Wiles. Don't worry, Jam will get their comeuppance. Dude, feels bad. Jam players huff glue. Man.
Getting a lot of hate from the chat. I don't like Jam.
Dude, I live in California. We only believe in the proudest of ways to get high.
Oh lord.
Jam players inject strawberry extract directly into their veins. I hate California. Wait, listen. California's fantastic.
California is a state. I don't know what kind of state it's in, but it is a state.
Feels bad, dude.
For the next match, we're gonna have.
I think it's Eric's match, right? Yeah, Eric versus Piracy.
We're gonna have our first seed. What is his name?
Our main man.
Forward and back, then go forward, then go back, then go forward and back, then put 1 foot forward versus Space Piracy. So we're gonna get those two in here. Melissa, I'm watching.
Oh, and you actually typed out my name. I didn't realize.
No, I didn't. Well, yeah, we had Nobody Beats Kurt Wild, but I've been trying to save the names that people have registered under. At least once.
No, because I was hoping like it would just be MBKW for those.
Yeah.
You have to be in the know to understand. Gotta watch your Hot Wheels child's movies.
Yeah, we're gonna get that Kurt Wild. So correct me if I'm wrong. He was the rival character, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I don't remember much of that movie. Hello, Chris.
Ryan, it's the group consensus from the general that they want you out of the commentator lobby.
Oh, it feels bad. Okay.
Wow.
rough.
No,
I mean, that's not
Okay,
much I can do.
no,
If they don't
no,
want me, right, I'll just leave.
I think they're hard
they
memes.
have to. Yeah, they have to be messing around.
Yeah,
Well, you
they're
know
We
what?
hard
appreciate
memes.
your analysis in these matches.
Guess what? You're in the hot box. You're now
Oh,
commentating
no.
with me.
Wait, this is a terrible idea, but I'll do it.
You live straight from losers, Chris.
Hey, that's not funny.
Aw.
Dude, I got nervous.
Okay.
Okay. No, it's
Okay, so
I gotta stream. I go, oh no, my win-loss record.
so we got in this next match we got Arms versus Chewy. Chewy, as we already saw, good,
If
decent kind of player.
this
Great Sever
and
Classic, but is
Starting
that gonna
off
work against?
strong? Is
but
this
is that
gonna
gonna
work
work
against the rollback?
Is that gonna work against our first seed, Eric Arms Alpha, also known as Gorilla Order Soul?
Wait, is the match playing for you right now?
Well, we already have a lobby issue. This one does not count to the gratis thing because we didn't even start the set. Dude. Okay, my game just like hard crashed, so give me a second.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like
Yes, keep in mind, fellas, we are on beta D5C4-17678, so it's very unstable, as you can tell by the version number.
As you can know, they don't even spell the word right.
Yeah,
So, there's too many letters and numbers in the word beta right now, so that's all I'm saying. Yeah, so we're gonna make a new lobby.
Test
Just give me
is
one.
only 4 letters, and they somehow messed that up. It's very
Give
unfortunate.
me 1 second. This is
During this time, just start reading chat.
Yeah.
California doesn't have pizza.
California does not have pizza, and that does make it a low-tier state by
Mark has
nature.
suggested we bring all of them in the commentary.
Bring all of us in the comments. I don't think that's a good idea. So right now
That
in
will
our Discord,
kill the
in our
lobby bid rate.
in our general, we have 9 people in our voice chat, which is a bit much to be in the commentators box. But we're gonna pass it off to Eric. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, Ryan. Do not DM me that.
Right.
Yeah,
goes.
But we're gonna have our next match, as I said, Order Soul, Gorilla Order Soul. Very, very strong character, very good at keeping people in blocks, stunned, a lot of frame traps, a lot of damage, and a lot of tech traps, which is not a usual thing for Guilty Gear. So we're gonna see Order Soul versus Kai in this match. Dude, they're doing their sick intro and they skipped it midway. SMH. So let's see.
I'm gonna have to
Open up
request
with.
if I fight Eric to not skip intros.
Yeah, we're gonna have to no skip intros if Eric and Brian happen to play against each other. But right now, let him get to level 3 in neutral. Rough's time, because that's how Order Soul gets the party started.
Yeah. So, what exactly does that meter do? The level meter there.
So the way Order Soul's level meter works is that when he has 2, 1, or 3, his specials just are different versions of their specials. And the way it works is that every time he consumes the special, the meter starts counting down. So if you notice, the meter turns a darker color and starts counting down. While that meter is counting down, he can still actually do level 2 specials.
So
It's a rolling meter.
Yeah,
Is a unique thing, and he can also charge the meter either in neutral or at the end of some of his specials. He'll get this little spark that'll come out of his body, and that'll charge his meter a fair amount.
Yeah, so is Order Soul looking for a knockdown to get that charge, or is he more or less, you said on the bungler earlier, so...
He has a lot of ways because of his charge to basically stance cancel his normal, something similar to, say, Yamazaki or Shenwu. Where you'll just get a normal that's like pretty active or has a lot of block stun. Ooh, Screen Sever, round start. No fear in this Kai. Doesn't matter who he's playing, he'll Greed Sever round start with absolute bravery.
It's that online option,
Dude, it's a legitimate option, clearly. Ooh, gets caught by the, so one thing about Order Soul is too heavy. It is, in fact, an overhead and is throwable. So it's a very, very strong Oki option. Order Soul does not have a traditional fireball, so he does not have the easy way of fireball FRC to cover his approach like normal Soul does. So he has to work his way a bit in harder, but once he's in, he's in.
It looks like Order Soul is a monster in the corner, though. I took a lot of damage there from the back part, though.
Yeah, if Order Soul gets you in the corner, that's not where you want to be. He has very, very strong options to keep you in block stun. He has very, very strong options to ignore a lot of your options. Yeah, that Burn Knuckle, especially on the level 2 version, just gives some straight hard knockdown, gives him a charge, gives him whatever he wants. Ooh, hits him with the Power Geyser. So interesting thing about Order Soul's Power Geyser, it is frame 0 after the Super Flash. So if you're not already blocking, you will get hit. Taken straight from, I guess, the move that super is based, or the game that super is based on. Zero frame supers in Garo, pretty strong. 0 frame supers in this game, surprisingly, pretty strong also. Or unsurprisingly unsurprisingly pretty strong.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go into the next match here. We got, again, same character. Wasting no time on character select. So we're gonna see what adjustments Chewie can make in this next match. Because the big thing about Order Soul, you really need to stop hitting buttons. I'm noticing that a lot right now with Chewie. Gotta space out your abares, as they say.
Abares, alright.
Your abares. See, Chris, you were abaring too hard. You gotta stop abaring so hard.
A lot of times I was reading for guard cancel, but I screwing up the input.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of times.
Understand. You'll get him the run back.
I think whoever loses this match is actually going to win back.
Alright, well, this is some good data for you right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm downloading, dude.
It's downloading. Ooh, gets the Fafnir. Order Soul's Fafnir are very, very plus.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Low profile to charge stun edge.
Crazy.
Yeah, Order Soul still retains that normal Soul 2D. That will low profile oncoming traffic, as they say.
Yeah.
He has level 3 heat right now, and that burn knuckle is going to come in a split second. Unreactable. If you're throwing out buttons, you're getting whip punished.
Even though it seems like Order Soul, or at least Eric, right, his Order Soul is, Order Soul's rushdown character, Eric does some really good neutral when he gets spread out from Kai.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing to learn about Order Soul is what to do when you're not in. Ooh, cancels that burn knuckle into a moving 2D. So the biggest thing about Order Soul is he gets a full dust loop after his throw. But you gotta be careful, because if you try to go for burst, or if you try to tech out, you can get air thrown, and you will get air thrown.
And there, Kai stops suffocating. Oh, and just throws himself back in there. Alright.
What options does Kai really have for getting out of the corner?
Yeah.
I just got a notification from the Discord on our other commentator, Ryan. I need to read this out right now. We're watching the end of this match. Also, amazing play there from Eric. Just clean 2-0, honestly. And that's going to be sending Chewie down to losers, but the biggest thing about Order Soul, his matches run quick.
Yeah.
So
Really didn't let him breathe. It was...
It is a very hard character to get off him. He has a lot of low and vol options, a lot of things to stuff lows. And the thing is, Kai's approach is incredibly linear. It's very, very hard to get on an Order Soul with Kai. And that's one of the things where the character struggles. So, our next match we have... hello, ladies and gentlemen... Hold on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 1 of Germacraft, the series where I play Minecraft. This is going to be...
Let's go.
Single player Let's Play, and when I say Let's Play, I use that term pretty loosely because I'm an idiot in this game. I got apple cider right there, freshly brewed. Let me take a sip. That is some good cider versus our stream runner, Brian.
Dean, before we start up, I ask you a quick clarification. How exactly are we doing losers? Because I know you said you're not going to put them on stream. Do you want me in there at least monitoring them, do the first couple losers first?
I would appreciate that.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't have the ability to input scores, though, do I? I do.
Just report the scores to me.
Yeah, okay.
If you can.
Yeah,
the RPI account should have admin privileges on the challenge.
Oh yeah, I'm not on the RPI account. That's why I was confused. Okay, yeah.
Make sure, ask for a co-commentator. I am muting myself.
Yeah, so you can stay in here, Chris, for now, because we're not done with this round of winners.
Yeah, I was making that clarification.
But next we have, as I said, Germacraft and our stream runner, Brian.
Do I gotta call her Germacraft, or can I just call Sean?
We're gonna call her Sean.
Okay. I don't want to call her Germacraft.
But we got this next match, which is Slayer versus Justice.
Ooh,
I don't know how. So I feel bad for Brian because he needs to zone the fuck out. I don't know how this matchup goes. All I know is that Justice is the strongest zoner in the game, and Justice also, when point blank, will throw and will get a lot of damage off that throw.
So we played some early matches before the tournament started, and we had Brian and Sean both playing these characters right now. And Sean is really doing strong with that zoning tool, but Brian using the burst though.
Not only did he lose burst, he took half his health for it. Gets countered out of the map a punch. That's the thing about Justice. Even though she has no movement, she has a lot of ways to just blow you up for trying to stay in her face. Gets her with the overhead though.
Yep. Oh.
And
Yeah,
that's the
that's
missile
how
game.
it was hard to deal with Slayer there. It's, you know.
It seems like
getting
Danny.
in on her is gonna be hard.
It seems like Danny step forward goes through it, but the issue with that is that Sean can still detonate them manually. Missiles are detonatable by hand. The way they work is that you hit down, any button. There's 5 different missiles, all with their own trajectory, and they can all be detonated on the moment's notice by just letting go of the button, including allowing Justice to just block and then punish you because you decide to hit her. So it's a very, very strong character and a very, very divisive character. A lot of people hate fighting this character, and if you have a good matchup against this character, chances are this character is pretty free for you. Because
So
some of the
somebody
characters
have a good Justice.
some of the characters that have good matchup against Justice include Dizzy, include I believe to a degree Milia.
I would say it's characters with maybe better projectiles or maybe better zoning tools.
It's characters that can outzone her, and it's characters that have no issues getting in. So Zappa is also incredibly strong, because Zappa can just run underneath low missile, and because it's not like a committal low profile tool. Ooh, nice big bang off of
Yeah, very good.
But due to the fact that Zappa just runs under it instead of doing something like, say, Stroke the Big Tree with Eno, he can just dash block it if Justice decides to detonate. So, big thing here, that was a very quick match from Justice. Justice, very, very high damage character. So, you have to play incredibly patient, while Justice does not have to whatsoever.
Yeah, big buttons and big damage.
Justice has crazy damage, crazy buttons, and just the most irritating zoning in the game. So, the big thing that Brian has to do is has to play this Mario Party minigame right.
Essentially.
Start! That's how it always feels with these matches.
Yeah, right. Tom's flexing in chat about being able to just cancel chemical low to full screen poke Justice.
Yeah, some characters do have some good tools against Justice, but if you're not one of those characters, it is a rough matchup. I don't know what Slayer has, honestly.
Ryan getting a counter hit there. That was pretty good. Trying to get out.
Counter hit, but very low damage. Justice, I do believe, also has high defense rating. So this character really likes to make sure you know how to get in. Ooh, almost gets a conversion off that missile, but not quite. Ooh, tags with the overhead. Good thing about Dandy is that Dandy Step does have some throw and roll options. Tries to pick it up, but that's not going to do it. Yeah, Slayer does have a lot of good options out of Dandy Step that are throw and roll, which lets Slayer stay in Justice's face, but the problem is, of course, getting in.
Yeah. It's hard to see what option Slayer really has here in terms of getting in. I don't know, maybe he has an in-bowl creeper that he can maybe run high.
That's always the worst feel, when you think that you're in range and then a missile blows up behind you as you're trying to run up. You have to be aware of all the missiles on the screen at the same time. At the same time, though, Justice does too. Keeping track of missiles with Justice is not an easy task.
How many can be on screen at once? I think
5.
Right? 5? Oh, I thought it was way more than that.
Nope. If you have the pianist fingers for it, you can have all 5 on screen at the same time.
That's crazy.
I have not entered in this tournament, but a lot of times when we play this game and I decide to play Justice, you will see some of the kind of disgusting zoning that is capable of. Sean likes to play just a bit better with her buttons, which he does a better job, honestly, in my opinion, at playing with some of Justice's great buttons like Far Slash and just using Michael Sword as well. Superior Trace, that EX move, always crosses up, will not cross up. Ooh, misses super there. That super actually could be a way out of missiles, but it's not going to matter here as Sean closes out the match. Close out the set. Yeah, Justice is an infuriating character, and I don't blame Brian for struggling with it.
I'm gonna say I felt it during I played Sean Her Justice against the in the pre-tournament matches, and goddamn.
It is a character that demands you respect it.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
how did that
versus Zoners is not a good matchup.
how did that
I mean, I played Sean for a bit, but it went about the same as it usually does. I tried to super to get out of the missiles, like you said, but I did it while she was in the air, so it didn't really do anything.
Yeah, the thing is that super will probably go through missiles, but you gotta use it at the right time.
It's actually only strike invul.
It's only strike invul, not projectile invul?
Nope. So you get clapped.
Mm.
Yeah. Throw that out.
Yeah,
So I thought she was gonna throw a big button. So.
As we get this next match started of Skeleton versus Tom. 1 second, let me just ping the both of them. We're actually gonna get losers started because now all the losers match. Oh wait, no, sorry. One more match. This last match, and then losers can start. But if you want to, the 2 losers matches that can start can be Mark versus Andy, and Chewy versus Chris. If you guys want to start your matches a bit ahead of time.
Yeah, so I can hop back in there and start facilitating that.
So if someone else wants to hop in on commentary, they're more than welcome to. But other than that, we have Tom versus Damon next, so we're going to see
so
most likely Eno versus Potemkin again.
Alright, so I'm gonna hop back in general and start facilitating the losers. Thanks for my time in the hot spot on the commentators.
Thank you for co-commentating.
Alright.
Probably be seeing more of Chris as the tournament progresses. Right now we have Damon versus Tom. So this is a character that likes doing a lot of overheads and a lot of air movement versus a character that has no air movement, but has a lot of good anti-airs. So we're gonna see how far Damon's fundamentals can carry him, or Skeleton's fundamentals can carry him against Tom.
We'll have to see how he handles Eno's slide. Tom, from the air dash overhead.
I wouldn't say Stroke the Big Tree is going to be too much of a factor in this match, but the big thing more is that Tom is a very technical player, so depending on how the match flows, it could be rough for Tom just to keep up some of the more technically difficult stuff that has to do constantly. Who bursts out, does not want to take the heat knuckle. Yeah, poking with horizontal chemical love is a very strong thing that is able to do. It's pretty much full screen, and Potemkin I don't think can low profile at all. So this is something that Potemkin just kind of has to hold at all times. Ooh, trade with the note. Another big thing is that Eno can refresh her air actions with her EX dive kick, so she can stay in the air for a pretty long time. The only issue though is getting tagged by having the Potemkin Buster. Gets tagged. Wake up super, but safe jumps it. Ooh, air dash is out of the hammer fall. That was very risky because hammer fall can actually autocorrect. So that was some tight timing there. Ooh, backdash, but gets the block in time. EX note. Ooh, nice tick throw. Yeah, the big thing is that Pot has to hold a lot of pressure in this matchup. There's not really a good way for him to get out of it. Good sweep. The other issue though is that Eno's combos are pretty weight dependent, and keeping Potemkin in those combos requires some extra lab work that I don't know if Tom has actually put in. Ooh, has to block both notes and the double overhead. Yeah, Eno's gonna keep Potemkin in most of this in the match, or in Bloxton for most of the match. But one good hit is all Potemkin needs.
Pot is not having it.
Tries to refresh air actions there, but gets stuffed out of it.
Oh.
One pot buster is all Skeleton needs here, so he needs to be careful. Ooh, whips it.
He's going for it.
He wanted it. You could see that buffer. Ooh, gets conversion off of EX. Nope, doesn't get knocked down off of it. Gets tagged. Ooh,
wake up throw. It's still not it. Still not over.
EX note.
And
gets thrown out of it, gets chucked out of it. Could have just hit a few buttons and would have kept Potemkin in block stun a little bit longer to keep that from happening. Nice air dash out of hover dash. Yeah, he knows movement is very specific. Yeah, knocking down Potemkin over and over is, I think, how Eno wins this matchup for the most part.
A little walk up. Kind of carefully approach.
First gets blocked, but nothing doing for it. Ooh, backdash just does not want to get Potemkin Buster whatsoever. Ooh, all these counter hit hammer falls. Who refreshes those air actions, but doesn't quite do anything with it. Yeah, being patient and blocking these hammer falls is what's going to get Tom some easy damage on this. Big life lead on Eno's part, but one pop buster can change all that. Ooh, but tags him out of the hammerfall. Hammerfall only has one hit of armor, so you put in enough work with that. That's it. So match 1 goes to Tom. We're gonna see if Clueless Baby has realized I haven't read these names. Wow, I can't believe Didn't wouldn't let me play SRB 2K instead of this garbage. Why can't we play a good game like SRB 2K? I can play characters from my favorite animes like Germa and Nostalgia Critic. Damn it, Dean. At least I have Baiken. And then now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I like take a minute to sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Dollar in West Philadelphia, born and raised. And the rest of the song, as you know. But going to our next match, 2 people getting sweeped. Having to read these names out, making me sound like an auctioneer. But Damon not stopping with these hammer falls. He is a Q player in Third Strike, so he's used to just churning out rush punches. It's tagged by another EX note. I think a big thing Tom's pretty aware of is when to avoid the hammer falls or how to challenge it properly. But still getting thrown out of some of her approaches. Yeah, the heavy no. Ooh, Judge Gauntlet misses though. Judge Gauntlet has infinite armor, so if you get chucked by that, you're getting chunked.
Like that?
Ooh, just like that. Just as I said, that Judge Gauntlet, hella cheap.
Block the double cross. That was great defense.
Ooh, raw dust. That almost closed it out, but no.
One thing to take advantage of in this game when it comes to player character knowledge is the dust animations.
Yeah, the big thing about dust, you don't get that big orange circle like you have in excerpts, so you have to know what characters' dust look like. Mega Fist gets knocked down. A lot of Mega Fists. I don't know if that's Damon's plan or he's missing pop busters. We'll find out in a minute. Raw taunt in neutral.
This man
tries to go for a pop buster, but gets Mega Fist instead.
It was a trick plan. Taunt into
Judge
pop
Gauntlet
just to entice him.
The thing about Judge Gauntletting Eno's dive kick is that she will actually still bounce off of you, because it is not treated as a block dive kick, it's treated as a hit dive kick. So Judge Gauntlet's not going to tag a lot of armor things. They're not going to get tagged by a lot of armor moves. Who gets flicked? Flicked bean.
Oh, alright. Eno's still in it?
Nah. Round 3, this is match point, or set point for Eno. Yeah, see, Stroke gets stuffed by Hammerfall pretty easily in this matchup, so I think Eno needs to play more of that air game. Heat Knuckle in most cases seems to get stuffed by a lot of Eno's approach options, so especially because of the lower air height because of air dash. Ooh, that wake up super. Eno has two really strong invincible supers.
And she could do them one after another. Gives a really good
the overhead. Throws him out of the air. Tries to gold burst, try to get that meter. Getting match reports while this match going on. Oh. Ooh, bad call. That's 1-1.
Alright, alright. He's fighting for it.
Damon's still in this.
Please select your character.
Well, let's see what adjustments Tom has made. I think Damon's making some adjustments himself, though. This one's pretty close so far. The first match is really strong in Tom's favor, but now I think Damon's kind of closed that gap. First, try to get back to neutral. Try to get that big pressure going on Potemkin. Ooh, gets counter hit out of that stroke. Big thing about stroke, because it is a low, you can jump out of the way of it, counter hitter most often. Pulling jump, cancelable on block or on hit. Yeah, counter hit, jump slashes with, oof, bad dive kick. Yeah, I think Damon's learning to use some of that armored stuff a lot more of Ino's options. Finding a lot more of the gaps in the pressure, especially to throw her out. Doesn't challenge with throw there. Ooh, goes for empty low, and a dust. Let's see the dust combo. Okay, 3 jump heavies, we take those. 3 jump slash, I think. I don't think that's jump heavy.
No, should be making a slash. Okay.
Big thing about that Ino air super, it is plus, so you do have to worry about hitting buttons there.
Definitely did that to keep pressure. But gets tossed anyways.
He's charge buffering these is real good. He's getting one after the other with these hammer falls. Gets tossed out of pressure again. Tries to flick beam. Ooh, gets the flick this time.
Nice.
Almost got tagged by that 6H. I saw it coming out. But we're gonna go to the final round. 6H. That's going to do a lot of damage and a lot of stun, most importantly. Tries to heat knuckle and jump in. That was far too high for that. Calls out the slash. Okay, let's see what the mix is on the plus frames. Delay low. Interesting. It's a hard knockdown from jump slash. Refreshes those air actions. Look at that. That's one thing that Ino can do. Gets 4 air dashes if you want to spend that meter. Potemkin just kind of has to watch her buzz around. Ooh, doesn't get the flick out in time. Yeah, another thing about Ino is that Ino, I think, can throw note.
Oh,
Potemkin Buster.
Here it is. Alright, brings it back.
Match is even right now. Ooh, match is in Damon's favor right now. Ooh, misses the Potemkin Buster though.
Oh, the respect.
Respecting that wake up a bit now. Respecting a lot of options right now. That Potemkin Buster put the fear of God in Ino right now.
One more hit for both these characters, it seems.
You can flick Chemical Love. Did not know that. Danger right now. Negative penalty on Ino. So she has no meter. Gets the overhead and closes it up. That was incredibly close. Congratulations to Tom for making it into, I believe, semis. Not semis, but quarterfinals. But that was incredibly close. That was down to the wire, and in the end, I think Tom had to make some choices to stay out so that he would not get tagged on some of those things. So let's see. Right now, in losers, we have. Actually, if you guys want, because this tournament's going pretty quickly. We can stream the next round of losers because the current round of winners is a bit ahead, and to run it now would be a bit quick, a bit preemptive. So we can probably run, if you want, we could run Damon versus Tyler, and we can run the next 2 matches and losers on stream. So if you want, we can get, especially because one of our competitors in the next round of losers is eating right now, so they're going to be on a bit.
Yeah,
so
delaying for a bit. It'll be
yeah,
a bit.
so we're going to do we're going to do these two. Get back in here. Do not start yet, because I'm going to quick use the restroom. So I'll be right back. Just give me one quick break.
Chat. To be fair, what other country speaks Romanian besides Rome? Very interesting thought from Ryan. I wonder what his thoughts are on that matter about the linguistics of Rome.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, no. So we're running losers right now because to run winners right now we would be running into a bit of a delay if we were to run both games of winners, and then we would have to wait. Yeah, so we're streaming the last part of losers round 1, and then we're streaming losers round 2, and then we're going to stream back to winners. Only some of it, not all of it.
Right.
Just because we're running a bit fast already. And we're doing the end of losers round 1 just because this last match was right there, because we don't have anything else to run right now. Because if we were to run the next round of winners, there would be a long delay in how long it takes for the next winners match to go. Just because, and there's already a delay in losers round 2 right now, so we might as well run this next match. So right now we have Skeleton versus TRektzz, or rather, we have Fish Market and Eat All the Eggs. Or rather, not Eat All the Eggs, because he turned his name into Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So we're going to have Bel-Air Potemkin versus Fish Market Dizzy. We're having some controller issues right now. Give it 1 second. Which is the nature of things. Controller issues happen all the time. So right now, what do you think? What do you think about this tournament so far, Brian? You're the current club president. How do you think of the state of this? You think there's some pro play right now?
This is some absolute pro play is happening right now. I love seeing the close matches, I love seeing the matchups go around. We seem to be having, what I love most is the diverse cast that we're playing, I think Sean said it earlier, but there's very little, if any, overlap in characters in this tournament.
Yeah, that's honestly the best part about it. No one's playing, we're not all just, I wanted to, at one point, had we had lobbies for KOFO 2, I wanted to run a bracket for that. Granted, since there is no lobbies, running a bracket for it would be a bit logistically difficult, especially for streaming. So the issue with that is that I joked about that one, but I could see in that tournament you'd see a lot of the same characters. Thankfully for Guilty Gear, because the cast is a lot more identifiable than you see a lot of different characters. So that's the best part about this bracket right now. So we're gonna get started with the next match. We got Dizzy versus Potemkin.
And now, we're going to see Skeleton's medal against Azona.
So here's the thing, I don't think Damon has any issue getting in, but the problem is that Fish and Dizzy's overall tools containing a lot of multi-hits could be difficult for Damon. especially because Dizzy has the same air movement as a character like Eno. Has 2 air dashes, has a lot of ways to just keep things in check. But I think the biggest thing that Tower has to watch out for is getting tagged, letting this character in, because Dizzy has very rough ways getting out of pressure. No reversal, no real way out of things when things get started. It's up to Dizzy to kind of zone out as hard as she can. Oh boy.
Oh wait.
Little hiccups, little hiccups. Gets throw. So here's the thing: Fish is gonna keep Potemkin locked down real hard. Goes for throw. That's the other thing that Fish can do. Fish can just kind of sit there while Dizzy threats with a throw. Even on hit, even if Dizzy gets hit, that Fish will not disappear. So just hammer falls in. Does not care about whatever option Dizzy's going for.
Yeah, man, if it works, it works. We've been doing it this whole time here, and it's been showing great success so far.
Yeah, people have not been checking that hammer fall. Granted, a lot of characters don't have multi-hitting normals, but Dizzy in this case, far slash would actually be helpful here. It's counter hit. Ooh, getting another hiccup.
Another hiccup.
Bit chunky on this connection, but it's holding up. It's holding up. If this was delay, this would not be holding up. Potemkin Buster from that range, are you crazy? Ooh, anti-air. Dizzy's anti-air is one of the best anti-airs in the game, if not the best anti-air, so Potemkin has to watch out for that, but I know Potemkin has a lot of ways to stuff it himself. Yeah, there you go. Starting to check with that far slash. Far slash into pillar is going to be a good way to check a lot of hammer fall. He just throws out the super mid full screen. Hits the Fish. Daisy Pusher. He's not even in the same zip code. So Daisy Pusher is a command grab super.
Oh my!
Dizzy
I
has.
just threw that out from the whole screen.
Yeah, it's a close range command grab. It actually has a pretty huge range because the entire circle. I think he was trying to call out a hammer fall there. Ooh, air throw him. Toss him.
Back in there. Oh, toss him. Toss him back.
You know, even with Fish, there are still gaps in some of Dizzy's pressure, so big thing to watch out for. Tries to judge call him, but Dizzy's not even there. Getting tagged by hammer fall.
Hammer falls his way in again.
Getting hard knockdown.
Chunky hammer fall.
Chunky wake up. Chunky Oki. Campbell's chicken noodle Oki.
He's able to take advantage of the network connection to wake up properly.
Ooh, gets tagged by bubble. Ooh, Fish eating the Mega Fist. Let's see what the Fish setup is.
Laser?
Double
Laser
lasers.
Oh, wow. Man wants to stop.
Bubble's gonna keep him locked in now. Big thing about Bubble is you get tagged by Dizzy can convert off it for free. Like so. Tower demonstrating right on cue. Ooh, tries to go for super again. That's chip out range, but
hammer falls?
Potemkin Buster.
Oh,
that was a bad burst, but no punish. Yeah, Fish is gonna call it out. Even if you try to hit Fish, he's still right there. First match goes to Tyler. Yeah, good play from Tyler, honestly. You know, playing to this matchup's strengths. Because, you know, Damon's Potemkin, even though he's pretty new to the game, has been showing people, even Tom, who's been playing this game since the beta started, very technical player, still can get caught by the simple stuff. So sometimes you gotta play that matchup. And Dizzy, pretty good playing this matchup. See what's going on in the chat right now. I see a lot of a quote attributed to Ryan. To be fair, what other country speaks Romanian besides Rome? Ryan, never speak. Also, we got Holy Orders ? The best theme in the game. Holy Orders Pog. Holy Orders, if you don't know, it's one of 2 Robo-Ky themes, and it's just Kai's theme, but gross.
I swear, when playing all you guys, this is like 80% of the OST that I don't think I've heard, like, I think I've heard like 5 songs in this game. And 3 of them are this.
Does it put on random select? Jeez, that's a lot of damage that Dizzy just ate because those 2 heat knuckles.
Little chunky punches.
Ooh, almost pillared him into the laser there. Getting tagged by these buttons.
freezes are slowing the game down a bit, or slowing the pace.
Honestly, it's pretty good for Dizzy. Slowing things down is what this character needs. Gets hit by bubble. Kind of closed back that life lead.
Flick the fish. Oh.
Calls out Flick though. Will not throw out projectiles willy-nilly. Tyler playing quite well right now. Especially after that life deficit last round. Let's see if he can close out this set. It's throw. No combo after throw though. Another throw!
He's trying to get the mix-up going. In his head.
Yeah, backdash in the air, forward dash. Very hard for Potemkin to deal with because he can just not do it. Potemkin wants those committal anti-airs, but you have a character with as little commitment to their movement as this. Very hard for Potemkin to get things started. I'm hearing a lot of Robert Kyle pogs. Yeah, I do. I did not enter this bracket, but you would see me playing Robo-Ky if I did. My Robo-Ky kinda schnasty. Let's see, we got bubbles going in. A lot of projectiles on screen with Dizzy, but she tries to go in, nothing doing. Gets Potemkin bustered! That's the round.
Close out the round.
Don't let that momentum scare you. Don't let that Potemkin buster put the fear of God in you.
Oh,
Sweep was 70 frames. 70 frame recovery on that sweep.
Can't believe the loop just made him plus 80. Unbelievable.
Dude. Unbelievable plus frames.
Old man's games are
starting to throw out those pins. The big thing about pin is that it does track, so it's a good way to just stack hits onto Potemkin. Gold burst, no one's on. A lot of meter on both sides though, so no telling how it's gonna get spent. Life lead, and honestly, the distance that Dizzy's keeping is looking pretty good for Tyler right now. Gets counter poked with too heavy. No conversion now. It's mega fisted. Daisy pusher. I think that's it. Is that it? It is Daisy pusher. The Tyler, the Skullgirls classic from another player, but Tyler bringing that power into it. Good clean 2-0 from Tyler. Honestly, he holding his all against someone who was honestly kind of making a short tear through his matches. So good on Tyler getting that 2-0. Unfortunate for Clueless Baby, taking it out of the tournament. But good job, honestly, all things considered. Also, good job to Mark and good job to Chris for your performances as well. Yeah, no, that match was a bit rough on the rollback side, but
yeah, the internet is not playing well for.
Yeah, players. No, it is not. We're gonna do. We could either just have Brian versus Tyler, or if Tyler wants to stay on and just ride off that momentum, or we could give his internet a break for a short period of time and we could do the cropped anime dabbing anime picture Andy, the Chipp versus Space Piracy Chewy for the next one. So let's have the two guests play. So we're gonna have Chewy and we're gonna have Andy. We're gonna have Andy in here. So let me just make sure that the link is posted. Just give it a second. Yeah, no, great play from Tower, honestly. That was honestly an upset in my opinion, getting that win. So hopefully Tower can carry some of that momentum through losers. Let's see what's going on in chat right now. Where are the socks? Where are the socks? Yeah, Chris, you went 0-2, didn't you? You have to go to socks, aren't you?
Well, Unfortunate.
So we made an agreement with our officer Chris. If he goes 0-2, we gotta get him socks. We gotta get him the socks that professors love to feet. Damon did not go 0-2. Damon does not have to wear the socks. So, you know, Damon is safe from socks. But Chris, you're in there. Okay, we're gonna pass it off to these two. We're gonna get this next match. This is gonna be Ky versus Chipp, or Chipp versus Ky in this order. So this is gonna be yet another case, I think, of a very hard to tag character versus a character that has a very hard way to approach. So right now it seems like Chipp's gonna be doing a lot of crazy stuff right now. And we're gonna see how Ky's fundamental Shoto-based gameplay can keep up with it.
I'm just waiting to see when he greed severs Chipp's air approach.
He's gonna get an anti-air greed sever combo off it. Oh, both hits. Slash round start. Both these characters do have very strong far slashes. Oh, they taunted. Taunting a neutral. Both these characters do have very strong far slashes that they can both use to poke pretty effectively. Ooh, gets command grab. Gamma Blade. The thing about Gamma Blade is that it does do a bit of a relaunch. Oh,
Stay on the ground.
yeah, interesting thing about again Chipp's burst is that he's invisible on the way down, so you kind of just have to throw out a button and hope it hits.
Stop the approach.
Ooh, tries to DP some sort of approach. I'm not entirely sure what that was. Right now both low health, but we'll just kind of playing buttons right now.
Teabag to get the projectile out.
Yo, buffering. Ooh, gets tagged by a fireball. Yeah, big thing is that while Ky does not have strong approach options, he does have has good options that cover a lot of space. Just having a generic Shadow Fireball in this kind of game, honestly, even the air one makes him pretty strong on just making sure people can't really approach in certain directions. Ooh, gets a nice hard knockdown from that. Ooh, EX Gamma Blade.
Really great for pigeonholing someone's approach, but unfortunately he's suffocating in the corner here.
Yeah, that's the thing about Chipp. Chipp gets his pressure going. It's very hard to get out. Again, especially Ky, subpar DP, very hard for him to get out. Ooh, another taunt.
I believe these players do have a history, so
they are from the same. This is what is a master and student, quote unquote. But
faultless cancel. Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing at the end of the day.
Oh, okay, dodge DP.
Everything loops back into the vortex at Chipp, so Ky really needs to work his way out of it.
Has to get himself into the corner like so.
Alright, working his way out, but working his way back in at the same time. Okay, air charge stun edge.
I'm just trying to check their air approaches. We finally have someone going in.
Using command grab to avoid the fireball. Interesting play there. Ooh, gets the cross up. Cross up from the faultless defense FD cancel movement is very, very ambiguous, and it's very, very hard to keep an eye on. But first match goes to Andy. Just pass it over to them. There's lobby issues, keeps getting booted out after one match for some reason, but we're gonna see who goes home, and we're gonna see who goes home in the next two matches. Next one match if Andy keeps up that momentum. Big issue on Ky's part is that, honestly, I think he needs to start FRCing some of those charged stun edge, because one of the best things about Ky is that he gets a lot off of FRCing it. You know, pretty much guaranteed Oki. It's one of the only ways you can really approach.
Pretty strong.
Cancel sweeping the taunt.
Wow.
Wow, he's confident. Oh, he's calling out his own friend like this. You're doing your own guy like this. Ooh, no one's home with that burst. Bad burst. Greed Sever. Too far
Try
away.
to see them coming. Swing and a miss from Kai.
Chipp looking like a curveball. I see Mark in the chat. I never said Andy and Cooper were friends. God damn.
Damn.
They ain't playing like friends right now. I'll say that for sure.
Okay.
Alright, batting practice is going a bit better for Kai in this one.
Let's bring it
There
back.
you go.
Let's bring it back.
Especially with that hunky home run. Another Greed Sever. Not getting hit. I don't even know what side that hit on. I'm gonna be real. Because he landed in front, but it looked like a hit behind. Big thing to keep in mind against Chipp is that you do have some crosser protection. The only issue is that if you're trying to faultless, you actually don't get any. Now they're taunt. Big thing about taunt though is in this game taunts are cancelable into special or into FD. So, honestly, if Chipp wants to just taunt and then teleport, there's nothing really stopping him from doing so. The only thing that happens though is that Kai's getting meter from it, so he's giving himself a bit of a handicap there, but it doesn't seem like Chewy's using his meter effectively. Calls out the air dash. Air throw into Gamma Blade. What a way to close that out. Yeah, Chipp can actually convert a tiny bit. Damn, Andy hates me, I see in the chat from Chewy. Rip.
Rip.
Rip Chewy. That was brutal.
Andy was not letting him have it. He was...
No.
Ooh.
Clean 2-0. Alright, now we got Brian versus Tyler. Dizzy the Time Lord, as he has changed his name. This is always the benefit of having, you know, sign-up sheets, is that because I'm not the one putting in the names, you guys can change your names willy-nilly. Oof.
Let's see
so
how
we got
the match goes.
Now we're gonna have Tyler back in here at yeah, we'll delay. We'll do this, and then we'll do Tyler, or we'll do not Tom. We'll do Tyler versus Brian, then we'll do Tom versus Sean.
Yep.
So take your time.
You want you pull on a co-commentator while I play?
Yeah, let's get someone in here. Who wants to commentate? Dude, he had the Chewy saying he's never seen Andy taunt so much. He saved the taunt tech for the tournament, dude. He saved that taunt tech. Saving that taunt tech for tournament is something that honestly can only be respected. Well, let's see what we got going on. Lucas is done with his concert. He's talking about Disney's Treasure Planet. I don't know what he's talking about. FGC funsies. There's no beef here. We're gonna have some rollbacks between Tyler and Brian, no doubt, but you know, that's part of the Dizzy matchup. You gotta deal with the with her two stands that she has. She has the World and she has King Crimson. So let's see if we can get a commentator. Can we get someone in here?
I'm in the lobby, here to co-commentate. I got you, brother.
Yo, Prad, thanks. Let's go, Prad. How you been?
Hey, Dean, I got KO 14, by the way.
Good shit. I gotta now grind you on Robert.
Yeah, I'm actually was gonna ask you to help grind me on that.
That game has online training mode. I could show you all the Robert shit. We still have the doc up. I'm pretty sure I have 1-bar Robert stuff. And
oh yeah, the pink doc on the KO thing. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
so I watched one game of Tyler's, so I'm pretty much an expert at this game now.
Okay, sick. I can't believe we got an expert commentator.
I know. Okay, so what Tyler's gonna try and do is use the Superior's internet advantage, the internet difference, if you will, to zone out Brian here, who's playing Slayer, I believe. I know the name.
Slayer.
I can read.
You can watch via the Discord stream. You don't have to be commentating on delay.
Oh right, that's a good idea.
But right now, big thing about Slayer is that he is very, very high damage, and he has a lot of ways I feel around Dizzy's projectiles compared to Justice. Because a lot of Dizzy's projectiles don't cover particularly large spaces, but they do cover a variety of spaces. Ooh, we getting some time stops.
Man, Slayer is super cool.
Slayer is cool. Big bang upper, big damage. Ooh, gets pile bunkered. I don't know what he was trying to poke with there, but pile bunker didn't give a shit. Forward Dandy step into pile bunker. Rude AF.
I was not ready for that one. I'm sure his internet wasn't either. Oh, nice grab.
There it is. That's big bang upper. That just gives him in a free combo. It's like unreactable, dirty as can be.
Send him to the moon. What the hell?
Put him in the stratosphere. Put her to bed. Show her those. She don't need those wings anymore.
Yeah. She doesn't need wings to fly with Slayer around.
Ooh, gets bite. No conversion off a bite though, thanks to time slow.
Tyler's signature. No. Oh my god, what happened?
Oh no, we're on a big stall.
Yeah. Looks like Tyler's playing a completely different game right now.
We're on a big stall. Oh no, fuck.
Oh, it doesn't use this super. I see. It uses super.
Okay. that was a rough one.
Wait, did we desync? What
yeah.
What, did you guys desync?
Well, I won on my end.
Oh.
Okay, what about Tyler? Because it might have just been me that disconnected because I didn't watch. I'm not watching the stream.
I can go and check on Tyler and see what happened.
Tyler, did what happened on? Was I? If I'm the only one who disconnected, that's fine. Because then you guys can just tell me what the ending of that match was. Because I was not privy to it.
Tyler, what happened on your end?
The stream will probably be archived.
Tommy said both instances of the game count as a win, so
we're not gonna do that. Just confirm with Tyler that results matched.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's gonna archive it. Yeah, just subscribe to their OnlyFans account. What?
Subscribe to the OnlyFans account. Hold on, let me just make sure. Are we good? I guess we're good. Okay, I guess in that case we can go on to the next match because it seems like everything checked out.
Okay.
I assume.
So, one up myself? Was that?
That's one up you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just checking if that was synced up.
All right.
Cool. We can keep going.
Was that synced up? I want to make sure.
What's with everyone's feet? Good lord.
No, it's just Chris.
I hopped in this call and everyone's talking about feet and socks.
It's just Chris. It's just Chris. Chris is.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense. All right, never mind.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like it wouldn't make sense otherwise. But okay, going into this next match. See if Izzy the Time Lord can keep out a bit better.
Y'all need to stop. This is bad. Oh my god.
Oh no, the Twitch chat is going wild right now.
Twitch chat.
Twitch chat's going about as wild as that -2 frame overhead.
Ooh.
Ooh, pile bunker. Punish though. You get that hard knockdown and punish. The socks are free, Chris. It's okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, his connection's a bit rough right now, but we're gonna see how Brian plays through it. Ooh, nice anti-air out of the bubble.
I was trying to keep him out, but Slayer seems to be able to get in.
EX Dandy stepped in a pile bunker there to beat the fish, I think. I don't know what exactly. A little Wi-Fi that could, I believe.
It's kind of hard to tell sometimes.
The big thing about Slayer is that he doesn't really have many Gatlings in the game, as opposed to a lot of other characters. Gatlings being like, you know, light, medium, heavy, or something similar.
Yeah.
But Slayer has a lot of plus frames, and due to that, he actually has a lot of links. So, they do a pretty good job of actually keeping pressure because of that. Ooh, gets Stomp and a Big Bang Upper. So Stomp can actually cause stagger on hit, which causes him to get combo off of that. And Brian certainly capitalized off that advantage. This is set point for Brian right now, so we're gonna see how this goes. This isn't rollback, this is big brain dizzy tech. Gets caught by another bad burst.
Oh, Discord stream's a bit behind me.
Oh, is it a tiny bit behind?
Yeah.
It's less behind than this stream, so
Yeah,
we're gonna.
it's behind the stream, so that's nice, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
The thing is that for co-commentators, we're going to usually have them join the lobby and spectate through that, but the problem is that it could cause more crashes, so we're trying to minimize that.
Makes sense. It's most important to keep the matches going rather than the co-commentators' convenience.
Yeah. Pins are to the ground. Pins are to the ground again. Pins are to the ground time. And the overhead to close it out. That was just a huge shift in momentum at the end. That was a huge shift in momentum at the end, and Brian's gonna take it.
GG.
That was insane rollback.
Yeah, that was some connection foibles.
Alright,
but
I'm
you know
gonna
what?
hop off now to let the real co-commentator do this, but
Oh,
I
thank you,
hope to be
Brad.
more active in this club in the future.
Dude,
no
where's
problem,
our sponsored
I
co-commentator, Kyler?
apologize for not being very active, and I definitely want to be more active nowadays.
Oh, don't worry about it, man. Like, honestly, we're gonna try to do more stuff, so, you know.
Alright.
Good, thank you for commentating, though. You're pure expertise on your part. I appreciate that.
I'm very familiar with bad Wi-Fi and playing against Tyler. Oh my god. Alright, hopefully we can play some KO14 sometime. I really want to learn the game.
Dude, I'll teach you that in a second.
Hell yeah. Alright then. Good luck with the commentary, guys. And see you later.
Oh yeah, are we back to winners?
We're back to winners, so now we have Sean and Tom. So this is gonna be Justice versus Eno, or potentially someone else versus Eno, actually, because Sean does play other characters besides Justice. She plays Faust, she plays Potemkin sometimes, so might see one of those two. But you know, seeing that Tom this bracket already has some Potemkin experience, I could see Faust coming up before Potemkin. Because I know Justice Eno is a bit rough for Justice. So, the big thing is, you know, worrying about matchup stuff. But we're gonna see. Let's see. Waiting on them to join. Hopefully, Ryan will be back after this match is done to then run the other match of winners, and then we should be good for the rest of losers all the way up until you know, this is top 8 pretty much, so yeah, this is pretty much top 8.
Things play out from here. All right.
Yeah. Technically top 6, but you know what I mean.
Oh, Sean is confident right now.
Sean's confident, so we're gonna see. We got player 1 side, we got Eno, and player 2 side, we got Sean. We don't know who she's playing yet, but we'll see. You guys are ready to go. Let's see what matchup they take. Faust. Okay, so that's what I figured.
Man, seeing Faust for the first time was really freaky.
Oh, Faust is great. Faust is a riot every time.
Oh yeah.
Picking stage and song very carefully. Tom showing off his true anime player prowess of being in the lab all the time, playing 0 neutral for no neutral November, and always making sure you have the exact right song you need. Destroy the rollback feet.
Every aspect of the game.
Chris is starting a cult of feet. Well, that's you guys. who throws out the bomb. The big thing about Faust, random objects that he throws out, entirely RNG-based character. You can get things from Johnny coins to meteors to things that just heal. So he's got to be careful.
Things that could damage himself too.
Yeah. He just gave Tom a whole lot of meter with actually one item. But there's a bomb. Big thing about the bombs is all bombs that Faust throws, even the ones that are just shaped like his head that are not random, can hit him as well. Ooh, it's, I think it was Mini Robo-Ky. Mini Robo-Ky runs very fast to the opponent, whereas Mini Faust will just move pretty slowly. He'll crawl along the ground, and then Mini Potemkin will hit you multiple times. So Faust has a lot of different options you can go for. Great thing about Faust is he has some very, very weird hurt boxes and hitboxes. So he actually is pretty good at anti-airing a lot of characters, especially, you know. But tries to hit a button against that super. No anti-air is going to work against that. First round goes Tino. No punish on the air on the dive kick. Ooh, gets tagged by the bomb though.
Using a justice strat, waiting for the explosives to come out.
Stun. That could have been a lot more damage than that. The stun came from the fact that Ino got hit by Hammer at one point, and then one single bomb was all it needed to put Ino in the stun. Hammer, if it hits you on the head, that's, I think, about half stun every time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so you need to be careful of what Faust is actually throwing at you. Yeah, see, so even though that overhead hit Faust because of the way his crouching hitbox works, she still glided right over him. So a lot of interesting interactions happened because of Faust. Ooh, was mashing buttons on the way down. He's tagged by Super. First match, very quick going to Ino. But both players were on low health that entire time, so could have really gone either way.
We'll have to see if Sean does a character switch.
You might see a character switch, you might not. I feel like Faust is still Sean's best pick in this matchup, or in this player-player matchup, because I honestly don't think the Potemkin's there, and Justice would just be a bad choice. We'll see. Honestly, a lot of the decision in this match could just be down to pure luck. That's the beauty of Faust, or rather, the beauty and the ugliness of Faust. Not enough taunts in neutral, he says. Ooh, that overhead. Overhead and a bomb. Look at that damage.
We're on a big deficit. Oh, block the overhead. Is that 2 overheads?
That was 2 overheads. Ooh, mini Potemkin's on screen. Oh, he's
angrily walking outside of the screen.
He's exiting stage left. Frame kill taunts are legit coming from Andy. You know what? I believe it. Honestly, for Cliff, I believe frame kill taunts being legit is real. You could bullshit that to me. You could sell that to me. You know, getting some more meter because of that chocolate on the stage. Chocolate, I believe, gives you meter, and donuts heal you.
Went under the blockade.
Where was that item? Oh, it was meteors. Ooh, that cross-up almost hit, because, you know, was trying to faultless the meteors to avoid Chipp. But that teleport actually hit. It would have crossed up, and it would have been, would have had to block it properly, because you get no cross protection if you're faultlessing. Ooh, gets tagged by his own bomb. Not good in that situation. Right now up around, but Faust's got a pretty big light deficit right now. Things can turn around. Takes a lot of hits at once. The thing is, Ino has a very easy time mediating because of her far slash. Her far slash, she does the move, it's a projectile, and it just kind of sits there for a while after she actually does it. Goes for the overhead again. Faust's lows are kind of subpar, so honestly, against this character, you find yourself blocking high by default a lot of the time. Almost bursts her into the heel. The thing is that the projectiles can hit the minions, so usually
they go away if they get hit.
They do. Potemkin will armor through like 1 or 2 hits. So if you get a mini Potemkin, you don't have to worry about it too much. But you know, obviously that's a little bit less common.
Cross him.
He's looking a bit rough. Ooh, gets the combo. Ooh, guessed is wrong. Concho in the ass, but that does no damage because that was an OTG hit. That was rough. If that was a proper hit, that would have done way more damage. Oh no, EX Note caught the teleport to win. That was rough. I don't think that was an expected interaction on either player's part, honestly.
What? Definitely worked out in someone's favor.
Yeah, it worked out in Tom's favor.
But you know what that means.
It means we're a bit ahead of schedule. Is Ryan ready? Let's see. Not that person. Alright, then we can get our next match going of winners. Alright, sick. So now we have our first seed versus Ryan. So we're gonna see Order Soul versus Jam. Two characters that love hitting buttons at in your face.
Can't wait to see the wild interactions that we get in this match.
This is gonna be a very intimate match.
Alright, let me get the layout ready real quick. Give me a second.
Yeah, take your time. Okay, I gotta read Eric's new name. Give me a second. Let's see. We have. Oh yeah, what was the score on Sean Tom? Was it 2-0 or was it 2-1?
It was 2-0.
Okay. Challenge is being a bit slow, because challenge sometimes is randomly really slow. So just give me a second to update scores, and then I'll read Eric's name. Let's read Twitch chat while this is loading. Okay. Yeah. That was a rough play, honestly, at the end there with the teleport. I was not expecting the teleport to get tagged by EX Note. I think if Tom was not in the corner, the teleport would have hit. And it wouldn't have been an issue, but because he had that corner position, it just ended up stuffing. It didn't matter which side Sean would have teleported on. I think the only thing that Sean could have done is she could have done the top teleport, but the top teleport's really risky. Let me see if I can refresh the challenge page. See if that helps. Okay, that helped. Sorry, 2-0 in Tom's favor. Then we have Scrimmy Bingus and the Crungy Spingus versus Nobody Beats Kurt Wild.
Holds true so far, but we'll see.
Tom's saying I think Faust teleport always hits EX Note. Not sure though. Okay, I don't know. I honestly don't know the interaction. But we'll see in this next match. Let's go, Kurt Wild. Shit's about to not hold true.
Already calling it? Damn.
Already calling Nobody Beats Kurt Wild. Damn. Scrimmy Bingus and the Crungy Spingus.
And
now they're in. Oh, okay, disconnected.
Yep. The internet has seemed to have beaten Kurt Wild, it seems.
Dude, the internet versus Kurt Wild's kind of a 10-0 matchup. Like, you know, rollback didn't exist when Kurt Wild starred in the fast blow up. Indeed, yeah. That's okay. That was like round start foibles who could like whatever. But
yeah, it's when we get into the matches when things start to get weird.
Yeah, but round start foible. But you know, I don't think the rollback existed back when Kurt Wild's day when he was busy doing the world race, and they did that one part with the loop-to-loop. That's the only part I remember about that movie. Have it on VHS somewhere in this house. Maybe one day I'll ship it to Ryan so that he can appreciate it in all its glory. We're on the May ship. Shout out to Madoka.
I used to watch it all the time as a kid, but now I don't remember. I may have to give it a rewatch. Might be time.
I think I've watched the movie like 5 times on my VHS because I just didn't have a lot of VHS. I watched that and Space Jam, but Space Jam I watched way more. Ooh, nice combo. Gets out of the corner though.
Oh, back in the ground.
one corner to the other one.
Oh, calls out the air approach.
I don't even think that was an air approach. That was a neutral jump. FRC pressure off of charge cancel FRC. Big thing is that if Order Soul cancels, the charge from a special into FRC, it's just a lot of free plus frames. Or not free plus frames, 25% meter plus frames, but still. As you can see right now, Jam getting put in the blender.
So you see, oh nope, walk up throw, very powerful move.
Catches that's the tech trap I was talking about.
Caught. All right, reverse
That's
catch.
the tech trap I was talking about though. If you try to air tech when Order Soul is in your time zone, he'll air throw you, just like that.
Ooh, and that was
quick rounds from Order Soul. You get blown
blowing him
up quick. This character's kind of ridiculous once he gets his pressure going. You need to keep him from getting it, but at the same time, if you keep him out from full screen, then he gets charged, and then he can keep up his pressure that way.
There's a very
kind of insane.
big problem with balance, you know.
Are we getting a communicating? Please wait a while. Yeah, we're getting
I just
another.
got disconnected.
Alright, give it a. No, let me out of this. Ba 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 ba. It's okay. We got one match done. No, we got one match done. Like if it's between matches, if it's between matches, it's whatever. If it's during a match, then like that's like when we're trying to like be like, okay, what do we decide? If it's just between matches, it takes 2 seconds to join back up. Because you know, no result gets affected by it being on character select or round start. There's nothing that's like questionable about. But we're getting to the second match, one up on Scrimmy Bingus and the Crungy Spingus. And hopefully Kurt Wilde can make a comeback here, because otherwise someone's beating Kurt Wilde. Pick the lucky Rei Ayanami skin. Man still has to watch Evangelion, because he has not. Which, honestly, Brian, do you know anything about Evangelion?
I actually haven't seen it either.
Well, looks like 2 people need to see it. That's all I'm saying.
I do. Like, I just got to around to watching Madoka recently, so I gotta watch all those shows that are similar to that.
The anime classics. Ooh, got some with the 6K. 6K, Order Soul, also throw invul, and if you try to go for a throw, you will often get counter hit, and if you get counter hit, you can get a combo off it. So, this character, again, just has a lot of ways to blow up wake-up options. But at the same time, pretty solid DP. So, this character's kind of a menace on pressure.
All the tools he needs for his close range game.
The thing about Jam is that, honestly, if she doesn't get card set up, she's kind of a sitting duck. Ooh, messes up the combo, but honestly gets a reset anyway off the down tech. Gun blaze in his face in the throw. Reaction times on Ryan there, not too strong.
And taking advantage of the lack of techs here.
Had one chance to get a card set up, but didn't take it. Now he's back in the corner. Now you have a level 3 Order Soul ready to just shoot meter at you. Look at that. That's it. So what he just did there is that move is jump cancelable, the Burn Knuckle level 3, and he jump canceled it, canceled the jump squat into Fafnir to become plus 38 on a jump cancelable move.
Wow. Thank you, Order Soul.
Thank you, Order Soul.
Okay, trying to be belligerent, but you can't run a train against a bigger train.
So that was some game knowledge right there at the end, because the thing about EX Puffball is I believe it's -4, which for the most part is unpunishable, but that super, as we've established, is 0 frames. So for the most part, that EX Puffball is hard to punish, but that's Order Soul privilege. Understandable. Amazing play from Eric there. Absolutely dominant with this Order Soul. Right now we're going back to losers, and we have Brian still in this against Nobody Beats Kurt Wilde. If Ryan wants to stay back in, or if we can do, or we can do Sean versus Andy first if we want to do that match first. Let's do Sean versus Andy first.
Yeah.
Ryan, we're gonna do Sean versus Andy first.
Give you a little break.
Yeah, we're gonna give you a little break after that. After that thick reaming that Eric might have bestowed upon you. But we're gonna have these two in. Let me get Ryan out of here. Get out of here, Ryan. So we're gonna see what character Sean picks against. Oh, get the fuck out of here, Ryan. Yeah, that was a dominant match from Eric, honestly. Like, he's been putting in so much work with Ursul. Before this rollback update came out, I used to play a bunch of matches with him. Robo-Ky versus Ursul, because we're too cool for the base versions of these characters. And, you know, before that, like, we were playing it pretty casually, but once this rollback came out, he started grinding Ursul like crazy. And I don't blame him, that character's insane. So, we're gonna see, in this next match though, we're gonna see what character Sean picks versus Chipp. Because Sean could go one of 3 ways. I would probably vie for Justice, if anything. But we'll see. Yep, straight to Justice, that's what I figured. But we're gonna see how Chipp deals with the zoning. I'm pretty sure Chipp has a good matchup against Justice because of Teleport. Teleport makes missiles kind of a non-issue. So, you know, that's a struggle that Justice is gonna have to figure out in this match. I don't know what Sean's name is. I think it's, I'm just gonna say Glowy Ma'am. Oh, Sean is just not hitting buttons. Are we having a controller issue? What's going on? Are we good?
Is this a very big brain strategy happening?
Is a button check? Sean, you good? Sean die? What happened? Oh, we're having a controller foible. Do we want to just? Oh yeah, we're just gonna Are we just gonna? Do you guys want to let it rock, or do you want to do? Do you want to just restart the set? Let's just restart the set. Here, I'm gonna. You're good? Are you good? Are we doing? What are they doing? Are we starting the set? Let's restart the set. I'm gonna quick.
Hey, you're calling for a reset.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna quick exit out of the game and then restart the lobby. That was controller foibles, round start, whatever.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yep.
People didn't pay attention. We're not gonna be like, oh, controller DQ.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
So give it a second.
Okay, yeah. Just want to come and let you know. I'm
yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, controller foibles happens.
Definitely. Especially on PC ports of games, you know.
That's like the one thing is that you would love for fighting games to migrate to PC, but then you also remember all the issues you have with controllers.
Yeah, it all comes down to like we need to have a standard.
Yeah. Shoutouts to the one Sam Show 7 tournament that Wooly versus commentated, in which 2 players had controller issues and they were stuck and crouching next to each other, and they just dead ass thought.
Oh yeah, they thought they were playing neutral. Yeah.
Real patient neutral, and it just both players had controller issues, which that was pretty godlike. But now we're gonna actually see what's going on with the.
We're gonna see some great
Glowy Man.
Okay, nope, they're playing. All right, controllers work.
Alright, sick. Hitting buttons. We're gonna see how Justice gets out a lot of his pressure. Biggest thing I think Chipp has to worry about is not so much the projectiles, but more just getting thrown, because that damage that Justice gets off a throne is huge. I think it's within Sean's best interest to be a bit more careful with the missiles overall. I would probably use a lot more of the airborne ones, if I'm honest, but
yeah, just to make sure Chipp doesn't.
Right now, because Chipp's getting tagged on a lot of things, this match is going pretty much Justice right now. Using FD cancel, tries to get the cross up, but Sean knows which way to block. Now, right now, it doesn't matter. Like Chipp's moving around a lot, but anytime Justice tags Chipp, it's a lot of chunk off of his health. Justice pretty much stays stationary while Chipp has to do all the work. I believe in this matchup, the thing that a lot of Justices will end up doing is they'll end up doing heavy missile, because heavy missile goes at a very high angle, and what it does is it covers that area above you. So if Chipp teleports behind you, you just detonate it. That's the biggest concern in a lot of Justice.
See if Sean uses that. If she has time to, of course.
Yeah, that's the thing. Chipp's gonna keep you Chipp's gonna keep you having to guess rather than having to act. Yeah, big thing is that Sean usually just vies for punch and kick missile, which are the ones that go at normal projectile angles. But he gets the throw, and
didn't even need to combo off that.
Justice's normal throw range is the highest in the game, and because she gets a full combo off of that that grounded throw, it's really rough for you know, try to keep pressure up against her, because while she's really tall, while she's easy instant overhead, you get thrown, you're losing a lot of health, and she's getting full screen. Which, in the Chipp matchup, not too huge of a deal, but still don't want it most of the time. So let's see how Chipp makes some adjustments this match. I think the thing is that Chipp really needs to capitalize off a lot of these knockdowns. Ooh, gets a combo, let's go. Yeah, but look how little damage that did versus just how much damage a dropped combo of Justice did on Chipp. Completed B&B from Chipp. Drop combo on Justice. Feels bad.
Look at that damage, you know, the hell Chipp has. That's still not in Chipp's favor.
No, not at all. Another big thing is if you get hit by that jumping heavy punch, it forces you to become crouching, which allows Justice to get 6 heavy slash and get a lot of damage. So just getting tagged by that anti-air is not, or just getting tagged by that jumping is real not good for Chipp. As you just saw, that was 40% gone in a matter of seconds. Just like that, a bad jump in. Another 45%.
Didn't get to complete it, but... Oh, but that's it.
Michael's sword just chunked this man. Cut him in half, cut his chances in half.
Wow.
Cut his chances down to 0. That was incredible damage. Yeah, GG's to Andy, honestly. Great show from both Andy and Chewy, honestly. And now we have Ryan versus Brian. The match is the Ions. So we're gonna have to get Chris or someone or whoever, get another commentator. So hopefully we can get someone else in here before you guys start. Alright, let's get Tom in here. Sounds good to me. Hello, Tommygun Gunther. How you doing? How you feeling?
Dude, I'm feeling good. I'm here at the Robo-Ky Cup. Unfortunately, we have not seen a Robo-Ky yet. It's unfortunate.
You know, yeah, I'm gonna turn the stream on in just a second so you can watch.
I have a feeling that there's a secret final boss that is going to be Dean's Robo-Ky. You're gonna have to beat Dean's Robo-Ky if you want to get all the apple cider.
All the apple cider?
Anyways, we got Ryan. So we have
the ions. Which one is the superior ion, do you think?
So much like a real gnat, the jam makes an annoying buzzing sound near your head, and annoys you. But Slayer has a few really good options, namely Big Bang Upper. He should just do that every single time James close.
So what you're saying is that all you're saying is that Dandy speaks that dulcet tone of Big Bang Uppa, and James just kind of shrills in your ear for the next however long the match lasts.
Yeah, you see, like right there, that would have been the perfect time for that. Like basically, Ryan has a habit where he just does back, he just does like jump back, air dash forwards, and it's about the most transparent thing in the universe.
Jump back, air dash forward, classic.
But so far this has been a lot slower of a game than I anticipated, and that was also
cheesy.
I would have said that's a bad burst, but it actually prevented Jam from getting knocked down. So, good job, Brian. I don't think you intended that, but good job anyways.
Ooh, Big Bang Upper.
Oh, there we go. That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. That's what I'm talking about. Woo, baby! Play the fucking critical meme. Oh, look at that. We're getting jam damage. Whiffing DP. No punish, though.
Now you see, this is basically even, because Jam has a card. I don't think he can just kill off any stray hit, but he can at least come close.
I think that's overhead kick. So, ooh.
Okay, so that's one of the slower options. That's the only one that's not invincible.
It's only one of Jam's options that does not just say, hey, I am intangible. So, fun fact, little known lore fact about Jam, she's actually a ghost.
I see.
With all of her invul frames, she is actually not of this realm.
From what I understand, she was murdered by a hate group, and that's how she ended up coming in as a racist caricature.
Oh no. Yeah, you see what she
Slayer's
does.
in Big Bang Upper territory.
If you ever watch Danny Phantom, you would know that you would know that Danny Phantom can make parts of his body go ghost, but not his entire body. When Jam does 6 heavy slash, she actually makes only her legs go ghost. With a Big Bang Upper, but that's okay, because you can always with Big Bang Uppers. No one's punching these.
I've legitimately never seen Big Bang Upper get punished by anyone in this community.
It's okay, we don't need to punish it. But let's see. Punishes the upper kicks, but does not convert off it because of burst.
That's a good anti-air. Slayer has very good anti-airs. Good job, Brian, for using your good anti-airs and taking that round.
Brian kind of cleanly taken that first match.
That was just like,
that was just clean Slayer play. I'm digging this Slayer, dude. I'm digging Brian's Slayer.
Dude, Brian's Slayer's looking a little tight.
Look a little nasty. Look at
Ryan's Jam looking a little racist. Not gonna lie.
See, this is why we prefer honest. Oh, we're getting a communicating. Please wait a while. I think the lobby might have died.
Unfortunate.
Give it a second. Yeah,
and it has died.
It has died. Let me
restart
the lobby. It's between matches, so we're not worried about it. We're not worried about it. This is why we prefer honest Chinese caricatures like our girl Zhang Fei.
I mean, you got like every type of Chinese character in this game. You have like a Chinese character who like is very obviously Chinese with Anji. You have
Anji's Japanese.
Wait, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, damn! I'm racist. What?
Lucas, not Lucas. Tom is canceled. Lucas is already canceled because he's
No, it's okay. I borrowed Lucas's card.
Okay, you borrowed Lucas's card. That's right. He lent it to you for the tournament.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that someone had said Anji was Chinese.
I thought he was Japanese. I'm pretty sure he's Japanese.
You know what? We have the internet.
Because he's like a thing with Baiken, and they're both like. Doesn't he? No, he has the fans. He has the big fans with like the Japanese flag on.
Yeah, he's Japanese.
He is a big fan with a Japanese flag on. I don't think Vans is Chinese.
I did not remember that. To be fair, the only times I've seen Anji is when Lucas played him, and Lucas has been playing solo recently.
That's fair. But these slick suede pants that Slayer got on us. The dandy step and tumble run interactions are hilarious because they all autocorrect on each other. And we get to see shit like that. Oh my goodness. I'd blow smoke in the
Dude, it's like watching a pinball machine go.
I want to see some pinballs. Get justice.
When are we gonna get Guilty Gear pinball?
Probably exists, honestly.
That's just Venom. It's just...
That is just Venom. Ooh, plus frames. Ryan hitting buttons. Ryan barring at the wrong time. Ooh, but not you don't have to worry about a barring at the wrong time.
We got the honest footsies kick going.
Honest footsie. Honest mids jam over here.
Dragon kick is an honest footsies button.
Honest, especially against Cliff, because Cliff just can stand there. Ooh, another big bang upper burst, but why are you bursting there? You're already dead. You just wasted that for the next round.
Yeah.
That's rough. Jam no burst round 2. That's gonna be a lot of damage if she gets touched.
Yeah.
No fear.
She does still have options, I believe. 6H low invuln with Harry, but I don't think he's ever used that, at least intentionally. And like you see, he's already taking it back. And this is like, this is already like a favorable position.
Yeah,
Ryan,
4 cards.
Yeah,
No
4
conversion
cards,
off the dragon
corner.
kick,
Slayer has no meter. This is looking pretty good.
Well, we got enough meter to big bang upper. The puffball behind.
And you see that is the type of supreme esports knowledge we look for in this community.
Oh,
you see, believe it or not, Ryan has actually labbed this matchup so hard he knows exactly how Dandy Step interacts with those moves. That was all completely calculated. He's a genius. I can't believe it.
Absolute genius plays. We knew that the backwards hitbox would have stuffed Pile Bunker.
Dude, he's had enough alcoholic apple cider. It's just expanded his brain.
So where'd the apple cider come from? I'm curious.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I see you guys talking about apple cider, and I have no idea.
I don't know. Someone was talking about, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go grab some apple cider. And I'm like, yo, can I have some? Then Tyler's like, yeah, I'll send it to you in an envelope. So.
Oh my goodness.
That was a fat combo. And that was a good
combo, but surprisingly low damage. I guess the starter was kind of weak.
Yeah. When you see the combo counter get to 20 hits, you expect a little bit more, but.
Well, you know, sometimes you get the combo to counter to like 245 hits, like Robo-Ky does, but like, yeah. Ever watch a good Robo-Ky player to watch would be Stormlock because he does all the install gimmicks, and I remember seeing him do 240 something hits on the Justice. It was hilarious. It was pointless. It was absolutely pointless, but he did it anyway. Right now, this match is really close. Big bang upper through the EX puffball.
I was very surprised.
Oh my goodness!
You know, I don't know what Ryan was doing there. He had enough. He just sort of waited there. Didn't charge cards. Didn't approach. That was
Yeah, Ryan was playing a bit uncharacteristic there, but
I think he was just trying to be cautious, but it didn't work out. Like Slayer with meter can just be a little bit belligerent, so. He kind of out belligerented Jam.
I gotta wait for Brian to get back. I gotta confirm what just happened.
What's going on, guys?
Did you big bang upper EX puffball? Did I see that correctly?
Yep.
What a godlike play.
Upper and bolt through that. Let's go.
Big bang upper, like one of the best moves in the game.
I am very sad they took it out in Xrd because it's so
That's why Xrd sucks.
No, that's why it's his instant kill in Xrd. Okay, wow.
I mean, to be fair, it is kind of an instant kill in this game in a way.
True.
It is, yeah. We have, well, we have,
should we do
what is it?
Again?
Me and
well,
we
can do winners finals now.
Or
that's Eric and I, right?
We can do winners finals now, and then we can do, losers semis, and then we can do losers finals.
All right.
That is the traditional approach to it.
Well,
so let's get.
You're up, Tom. I wish you the best of luck.
Out of the commentator's box and into the arena.
All right, thank you. I'll grab the hook and I'll be on my way.
All right, have fun. Right, you two are both guaranteed money, so yeah, that's good on its own.
Dude, I spent $1 on this game. Let's go.
Yo, already making money, profiting. Let's
all right, I will see you all. Don't talk too much shit about me while I'm not listening.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to talk an immense amount of shit. I'm going to talk shit about your Foxy, actually. We're not going to talk about your know-it-all.
Oh, no, that's fine. My Foxy sucks.
We're actually going to pull up previous footage of O2 UM of you playing Foxy.
Yeah, we're just going to look over this match. Cause...
Yo, The
me know
one, the one where you removed Foxy's bones.
Dude, removing Foxy's bones is pog.
Alright, I should skedaddle skedoodle. Back to the neutral.
Back to the neutral. I like that. That's clever. Let's see if we can get these two in here. That was a great upset, Brian. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, it felt weird. Ryan wasn't playing as he usually did against me.
I think the nerves might have gotten him. I think he was playing a bit too careful. He's realizing, this is the battle for 4th place, or at least 4th place.
That happens. It happens.
I think he ended up choking on the and honestly, you were calling out some of Jam's really good options. Like often, you were punishing, you were punishing Dragon Kick. You weren't letting him get damage. You knew where to burst, and that last interaction with the Big Bang Upper was peak shit. So, good job, wonderful job.
Okay.
So let's
see. Oh no, wait, now it's air
it
throw. It's no longer Screamy Bingus. There you go.
We got, what is it?
It's air throw, and then Tom's is the same.
Air throw, and wow, I can't believe Dean won't let me play SRP 2K.
Here we go. Alright. And I know these guys have played a lot together, so I'm excited to see this match.
These two already start talking shit, I hear from Dia. Yeah, well, Tom Zeno, can't even FRC combo. No FRC combo, no dive kick loops. Honestly, why even play at that point? But nah. So we're gonna get in. Order Soul, as we've seen, Eric's Order Soul is incredibly dominant. That air throw is gonna be huge in this matchup because very susceptible to it being in the air as often as she is. And the big thing is, don't skip that intro.
Don't do it. Let's go.
Alright, let's go. Let that intro rock. We gotta see what kind of play it's gonna make, because actually does have some decent options to deal with Order Soul's pressure. The problem is, once again, as we say, getting air thrown out of that dash. I will say though, because of Ino's ability to poke with horizontal chemical love, I don't think she has too hard of a time keeping Order Soul from getting heat though. But as you just saw,
she's
EX
able to
here,
keep a leash on him until he does that.
Well, we know Ino wants to keep a leash on him real bad, but
it's canon.
It's canon. She went back in time for that Order Soul.
Holy Knight Charge Sword.
Holy Knight Charge Sword. That's a good way to put it. That's a PG way to put it. But as you can see, Order Soul putting in some work. Big thing I'm curious about is, can really deal with a lot of the buttons? Because Ino's buttons are not too fast. Ooh, try to go for an air throw there, but didn't quite get it. Was not quite in range. See, she has all these air actions, but the problem is I don't know if it's going to do any good. Order Soul's jump, though, however, is pretty shallow. So the biggest thing is that Order Soul's not going to be able to catch her if she wants to stay up in the air. It's really only on the hover dash that she has to worry about getting air thrown.
Yeah. Once again, taking the airspace for herself.
Ooh, gets an air throw herself though. Not afraid to say, hey, I can play this too.
And Order Soul returns the favor.
Order Soul is trying to go for the tech air throw chase, but not falling for it. Just won't hit the ground.
Catches her in the air.
Big DP.
Oh,
just stroke. Throw it out.
Yeah, nothing's going on. Might as well make something happen.
Ooh, angle out of the pressure, not willing to deal with that.
Alright, last. Oh, the
Gun flame.
Up.
Cross up country. Yeah, that's
first game for air throw, Eric.
A reminder that this one, because this is winners finals.
Isn't it?
Winners finals. It's not winners semis.
Oh, it's not semis. Oh,
no, the way challenge listed, winners finals is listed as semis when it actually is.
Gotcha. All right, well that was a mistake on my part. Right.
Yeah. So this is winners finals. So this is 3 out of 5. So keep that in mind.
More math then. All right. I'm down for it.
This is 3 out of 5. It's 3 out of 5.
Switch the names.
Yep. Just keep that in mind.
All right.
So Tom gets that privilege of having a lot of time to deal with, this matchup in general. Although they played it a lot of sets, so you know who knows what adjustments can be made at this point. Ooh, stuffs the stroke. Yeah, it's a threatening thing about Gunblaze, is that Gunblaze gives Orbital either a combo if you don't block it, but pretty much safe Oki if you do. No dead angle this time. Not willing to spend the meter. Ursul's not afraid to just run underneath. Ooh, that almost was a big conversion off that. Calls up the FRC, actually good play there. Because I think Eric's thinking that a lot of his FRCs is giving free pressure. Worry about the danger there. Tom might end up getting a negative penalty. No, not quite.
Oh, it's almost coming up again.
DP out, there's a negative penalty. I mean, the big thing is honestly conserving meter against Orbital is important, because if you can't faultless him out, then he gets a lot of those plus frames for free. Biggest thing is making him whip so he can't cancel the stance. That's why I usually focus on falsing out rather than just doing just defend. Stuffs him with the jump heavy. Oh my goodness. What damage. And the air throw. Oh, that almost was it.
This'll hurt. Gets a charge. Oh!
Runs up DPs. Gormless. Does not care. Call out of the century. Okay, wow. Two up right now. On to the third match. Yeah, look at that smiley face in the chat. Eric's proud of himself after that.
Eric's got to let him know. We're not messing around here.
This is winners finals. Eric will throw out the goofiest things that Ursula can throw out. It's gonna be a big adjustment from Tom. So Tommy eating ass right now. Oof.
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 Yeah,
Not the kind
we didn't even
that,
have to talk shit. The chat's doing it for us.
Chat's doing it for us. Honestly, you know, it's not the kind that Eno's been wanting. You know, but hopefully
it's
she
a bit
can pull
hotter
it
than
back.
usual.
It's been a bit rougher. Been a bit rougher than she likes. All I'm saying is order soul, regular soul, all for you know, healthy relationships. Order soul, pretty down with spousal abuse.
Oh wait, he's a bad boy.
He's a bad boy.
He's the bad boy of the game.
He's a little quirky though.
Ooh,
as they say.
Get out of here.
Oh, that's big damage. Level 3 Burn Knuckle.
I understand
Most
bursting
of that
there.
health is gone.
Oh, nice.
Counter hit dive kick, no conversion though.
Oh,
Blocks
okay.
the DP, no punish though. The thing about that DP is
it's crazy.
The thing about that DP is that if he can choose to cancel it into charge. If he does, he is still vulnerable on the way down, but the thing is that he is he's delaying his descent, so usually you'll end up whiffing your punish, and then he'll be able to land and block in time.
Could you delay charge potentially then?
Yep, you have a pretty big window to charge, so it's kind of tricky. You do have to kind of wait. The best thing you can do is
caught him to close the round. Fantastic.
The best thing you can do is just wait and try to punish with a mid rather than a low. Because if it anti-airs, then you can at the very least jump cancel and then get something off that if you just anti-air him with it. I know one of the things I do, one of the things I know I should do because I don't do it. Personally, punish Robo-Ky is whiff some 5Ks, and if he doesn't, then just 5K close slash. Yeah.
Let him charge up.
Cross up country. No. You just have to block those. Oh, dust. Oh, bursts out though. DP's out. These DPs are brave because Orsol's got a good one. 0 frame super. That's gonna hit it. That anti-air. So the interesting thing about Orsol's anti-air, he does not have great anti-airs for dealing with people right next to him, but he has pretty good far anti-airs. Another air throw. You know, I didn't know that in the end, Eric was just destined to play Nova. Look at that, all these air throws.
I feel like I could do TODs off of him.
He's not a Marvel player. He dislikes Marvel, but it looks like he would rather play Nova right now. I'm just saying, you like this, you like this. Energy jab.
Oh, again?
That's what I'm hearing right now. Air throw almost combos off
the
it.
Counter hit, and not.
No,
oh, the
DP. So the thing about that was rough. Tom just ran out of meter. And
yeah,
couldn't
faultless.
Bad timing on the faultless. That was rough. 3-0 and winners.
Wow, making
Hopefully,
a convincing lead into grand finals.
Hopefully, whoever Eric faces in grands can make a splash there. Right now, we have once again we got you up. You're up, my guy. You made it pretty far. This one's the battle for some money, dude. So you got you versus Sean. So good luck with Justice again. This is the run back. This is the run back that you had.
The run back. Still best of 3. So I gotta make something.
Yeah, this one's best of 3 again, so let's get Eric in here. Let's see if we can get Eric in here.
Yeah, this is losers semis, right?
This is losers semis, so this is 2 out of 3, and then the next match, which will be winner of this versus Tom, will be 3 out of 5, and then we'll have grands. And we're just waiting on a co-commentator, and then we'll get this match up and running. Let's get Eric in here. There we go. Let me just unmute you. Alright. What's good? That was a dominant lead with that Ursol and winners there.
I'm still riding the high from getting that burst throw.
That was a crazy burst throw. Calling out burst.
Hey, my name is true.
Air throw. Dude, I'm telling you, you hate Marvel, but you're looking like a fucking Nova player.
It's good on Order Soul. Actually, it's just a guiltier thing in general. Air throws are really good.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you need to pick up Nova.
Do you really want another Nova player?
No, I don't. I hate Nova. But I'm
good.
just.
Then we're both happy.
I'm just saying, it's only destiny. So
okay,
now we have the run back. Brian made his way all through losers just to get this run back from round 1.
Yeah, Brian's been doing pretty good. Brian plays a very solid Slayer. Not so much in terms of like converting off of damage, but in just playing like really good neutral, using his buttons really well. Understands how to use like, you know, just the basic like strike throw game he's really good with. And throwing a little bit of cross up dandy step cheese because, you know, that's in this game.
Well, you gotta have it. You gotta have it. Look at that. If you need to watch, you can watch the Discord stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, good. But yeah, no. Ooh, EX dandy step into.
Oh, this is big.
This could be it. Nope, burst sap does not want it. Gets the ground bounce though. But yeah, no. Brian originates from Street Fighter. Big Street Fighter 5 player. Really strong in some of the older Street Fighters. Good in Third Strike. Good in Alpha 2. So you know. This man originated with Sakura, so you see him throw. You give this man good normals, good anti-airs, he'll use them.
Yeah, I see him. Like I can see that in his gameplay, especially with Slayer, who isn't focused so much on Gatlings, but Links, kind of like Street Fighter.
Ooh, gets called out the counter though. No damage off it though.
Yeah, Sean's using the counter a lot more.
I think in this matchup it's really strong because the amount of times that Slayer gets a bit, I'll say, impatient and wants to just get in over Justice.
And with the way Slayer's pressure is structured, it gives Justice a lot of gaps where she can actually use the counter.
Oh, that Rhythm Big Bang Upper was rough. What's good is that Brian seems to know where to burst to avoid some of that bigger damage, but still getting thrown. No burst Ooh, but bad timing on the 6 heavy.
Yeah, Slayer's staying in a good range to kind of threaten missile launch, because Slayer can just big bang upper through missiles.
Yeah, I think
At the very least, it trades, and big bang upper is one of those moves where surprisingly it trades in Slayer's favor against missiles, which isn't something a lot of characters can say.
Bad burst, but it doesn't matter. So they got plenty of meter to just get these plus frames and get that big bang upper damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's a throw. That could be it.
Not quite. Slayer actually has pretty high health.
That was a burst.
Yeah, that was a very bad burst. That could have been the game, and I think, yep, there it is.
Huh. He was faultlessing. How'd that kill?
He probably didn't faultless like the last hit or something, because
Probably.
missiles are,
4 hits.
multi-hit. 4 hits or 5 hits. What is it?
Well, that was because that was 2.
Yeah, so.
But let's see going to the next match what adjustments he makes. This one's 2 out of 3 still because this is loser semis.
Mm-hmm.
And after this, the winner of this will be playing Tom, and then we'll go back to grands with you. And we'll see where it goes from there. I see Sean is searching
Towards the rat
for holy orders ? And of course, naturally, we have it.
Yeah, one of Sean's staple techniques is tilting the opponent, both through gameplay and through the song / stage.
Tilting the opponent, kind of a good tactic. That's why I play Robo-Ky. Nothing tilts a person more than getting hit by dash attack. Literally T-poses on you. Ooh, throws him out of
Good grab. Noticing about Sean a lot, Sean's game plan revolves heavily around grab and air attacks.
Yeah, and against someone who's got pretty clean anti-airs, this can be rough. But Sean won it one time, so Sean's up right now, so... Ooh.
Oh, you got the... Not quite the bomb combo, but still does a good chunk of Slayer's health.
Yeah, important thing about missiles is that had the second missile been delayed a tiny bit, it would have hit bad super. But it would have hit on the other side and pulled in.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter a whole lot.
Nah, not at all.
Still getting a good...
Another decisive Justice round.
Good, like, 25%. Justice does massive damage.
Character
One of the reasons why her grab is so good, not just because, it's a Guilty Gear grab, but because you get so much damage off it compared to other characters.
Not too hard to do so either.
Brian actually making good use of the cross-up and big bang upper to try and stuff, try and punish, like, with normals or bad missile calls, which Sean is very good at, zoning out and stuff, but Sean's very unsafe with the zoning and leaves a lot of gaps to be punished if a character has the right rules for it.
Yeah.
Or Slayer should just eat, half of his health from one combo.
Sean doesn't know how to FRC missiles or do some of the more complex missile patterns, so it's a bit easier to kind of call out some of these options. But in the end, I think Sean does pretty well with the buttons to actually keep some of that space made up. Right now, it's looking pretty bad. It's match point for Sean, or set point for Sean, and gets tagged by a missile and takes it. But wonderful run, honestly, for Brian.
Yeah. Wait, no, there's one more, right?
No, that was 2.
Yeah, there's 3.
No,
because it's...
No, this one's 2 out of 3.
Oh, this one's only 2. Oh, my bad.
This is 2 out of 3.
I tried to super there because I thought a button was
I saw it, but that was a great run.
You have anyone else on commentary, or?
I mean, I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Let someone else go if they want, because I think I'm good with commentary for now.
Okay.
But thank you for commentating. That was a very quick match, but honestly, it was good nonetheless.
It definitely went better than last time.
Yeah, you know what? Each little bit of data is still worth it, Yeah.
I gotta give credit to Sean for being good at getting into people's heads like that. Very, very amazing how consistent she is at that.
Yeah, she does a great job at just like understanding what people want to do.
It's all see y'all in grand finals.
See you in grands, dude.
This gives me comfort though. I don't know, if I was in third, I'd have to give the money back. I don't really want it.
That's understandable. But now we're in top 3, and congrats on getting up to 4th, dude. This is a big upset.
Dude, this game is amazing. I got to practice a lot this past week. I wasn't able to this week, but I'm glad I was able to retain some stuff because playing these guys has been a lot of fun, and I'm gonna be real sad when this beta ends.
Well, I gotta get some matches in with you, either maybe a little bit after the tournament or or on Monday, because or one of these next 2 days, because I actually haven't played you, so me watching your Slayer has been a learning experience. Your Slayer's great.
Slayer is so
fun. Sean says needs a few minutes.
That's fine. All right.
That's
fine.
fine.
If we're gonna have a break, let me refill my water. I will also.
Yeah, go for it. Hydrate. Remember to hydrate.
Remember to hydrate, brothers.
Remember to hydrate. So here we are in losers finals. And honestly, I think I want to know. I want to know what chat's not dehydrate from you. I want to know what chat's thinking of the tournament. We haven't run a bracket since Skullgirls, which was over the summer. And the only thing we really did before then that was like big like this was the Salty Sweet. So I want to know what people think about brackets and stuff. Like, obviously we want to keep variety a lot. We want to make sure that we do a lot of different things at club. But overall, like, I want to know, huh?
I'm in Grands, right?
Huh?
Dean? It's Bruno.
What do you...
I'm playing in Grands now, right? Is the tournament over? Did I miss it?
Yeah, I got you, man.
I didn't miss it, right?
No.
Okay.
Floated.
All right.
We floated. You don't worry.
Okay. Nice. Thank you very much. You floated me to Grands.
Thank
Thank God.
The super ultra mega 8 edition buy.
Okay, hold on. The TA's here. The fucking TO is here. I gotta go. He's getting pissed. He's kicking me out.
Bruno the Goon.
I just floated too. God damn it.
Bruno the Goon. Shoutouts to Bruno.
I'm back.
Yeah, you got some goonery going on over there.
Yeah, you got a local goon coming in. You play Kai, right?
I don't know yet.
Damn, you gotta figure something out.
I've been watching Sage play solo. What is it? Is it like 6K or some shit where he does like the axe pick of super high up? I love that shit. Almost starting the intro like that.
Yeah, this game is fun.
This game's great.
You heard it here first.
And hopefully, hopefully we can try to get more events running. I was doing this because we had a really good system for it. Because lobbies, rollback,
kind of works.
Kind of works, but it's the best we could really hope for with all the lack of local stuff going on, obviously. But I hope everyone's been enjoying watching it as we wait for Sean and Tom to be ready. I just want to make sure that people are having a good time. We're gonna be archiving this, just like probably on the YouTube, so we're gonna link that.
Yeah, so long as it dodges the DMCA, we should be good. I'll upload it to YouTube as soon as I can.
Yeah, I think we should be good.
Yeah, usually video game music isn't copyrighted like that.
I don't think anything in the game is too messy. And worst comes to worst, try to get what we can on the YouTube as quick as possible.
Yeah, unless something like Soul's Gun Viper is
copyrighted sound effects.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel bad for
shattering noise.
I feel bad for all those dudes who run like there's like the people who run like all the I'm glad that Sean's Breamby now. Shouts to Breamby. But all the people who run like those GTA races, like how people like do like weird
like set up lobbies for that?
Yeah, they do like all these custom tracks on GTA, but the thing is GTA has like entirely licensed music.
Oh yeah, they just have to turn the game music off.
Yeah.
It sucks.
But yeah. Let's see. Hopefully they're just about readied.
Yeah, Tom still needs a minute, he says.
Alright. Hopefully, next game to get lobbies is O2UM, because I will run a bracket for that like lightning.
Oh yeah. I can't wait. Just the announcement shows up, and then a minute later, I'm running the bracket.
If that game gets lobbies, I'm day 0, day -3.
You can just feel the lobby coming.
Yeah. Code Mystics, kind of pog.
They're pretty good.
Right now, O2UM, I'll take 1v1 lobbies, but for running brackets, it's kind of a pain.
Yeah, Code Mystic's good. I had a lot of fun with Last Blade. That was really good.
Yeah, I was playing some Sam Show 5 Special last night.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried that. I haven't tried it yet.
It's a bit weird compared to the new Sam show, and I know a lot of people have not been like it's weird to get adjusted to because it has I guess some control differences is the big one. But honestly, the characters in that game range so hard on like all the cool stuff you could do. Basara, Suija, Zonkuro, Rara. Like that game is an amazing cast. That's another thing I'd recommend. If people are looking on the fighting game sale and they're looking for fun games with rollback, anything that Code Mystics has touched with the rollback, pick that up. Pick that up, because I'm sure after the beta ends, it'll only be like another month and then the rollback will be finalized, because that's about how long it took for O2UM. And play rollback games. Calling it right now. Next game we're gonna be playing Marvel Infinite. Marvel Infinite is good. Marvel Infinite has a good lobby.
It has a good lobby system. It's great. It has like the multi-lobby system that Power Rangers have, right? Yeah.
Yep. Has good lobby. Has good rollback. So I mean.
That lobby system's really cool. I hope more games do that.
Me too. But we'll see. We'll see what we do. Still waiting on Sean. Hopefully it's not too much longer. But
yeah.
I know a lot of people in chat were saying they picked up 14, KOF 14.
Right, it's
Sean says they're good.
Now, right? Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. Well, it's
Well, whenever our players are ready, to queue up.
All right. All good to go. So let's see. We're gonna see the run back. Another run back. So we're getting 2 run backs in here.
Sean's out for the kill.
Let's see if Sean can get that rollback. I mean, not that the run back on the rollback. Going for Justice in this matchup. Okay. I feel like Sean's had more faith in the Justice than the Faust, so.
Yep.
Communication
no
has been disconnected.
Faith in the lobby system, though.
No faith in the lobby system, Pog. Let's try that again. It happens.
Like I said, like we said, hope it happens less when the official rollback release comes out.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, I'll give the team credit where credit's due, because the team, to my knowledge, is a pretty amateur team that RPI took on, and they did a pretty good job. Like when I look at like Code Mystics, I'm like, okay, these guys have been doing this for.
Yeah, they know what's up.
They know what's up. Their beta, I think, had a bunch of desyncs at the start, but the moment after it got fixed, it was just solid for the rest of it.
Yeah,
and now it's like flawless.
Well, the little I played of O2, there were times where I would get desyncs, but they didn't really affect the match. So it was like the tiniest thing, and then it just gets sent to Code Mystics, so they're ready to fix that.
Communicating, please wait a while. Another one.
Oh no. Oh, Tom had to restart.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, lobby breaking.
O2UM does have some good rollback. This game does as well. Like, you do 1 frame delay, and I could play Ryan just fine. It's wild.
Yep. This game is doing its job. Say that for free. Play rollback games. That's all I can really say.
So
even some of the games I'm not personally particular for. Are we actually gonna have to do Sonic or Robo-Kart? Oh my god. No, we're not doing. We're not doing Sonic Robo-Kart at this point in the tournament.
There wouldn't be time for our duck game side tournament. Like, come on.
Duck game. Alright, let's try that again.
Right,
this one, 3 out of 5. Keep that in mind.
Please select your character.
We don't take too long to do any of this. When am I cosplaying Cliff? I'm already Cliff. I'm already 3 feet and old. Oh, that's an interesting color for Justice. You got the
secret costume tech coming out at top 3.
But the big thing about this being 3 out of 5 is that Sean has time to make sure that Justice is the right choice.
It seems Tom is a character loyalist, so he's gonna stick with Eno all the way through.
Oh, I don't think Tom labbed at any other character.
Understandable.
no throw there. That would have been a free Justice throw right there for the damage. The big thing that Justice can do to actually... Ooh, air throw out a Superior Trace. So the big thing about Justice is that Superior Trace, as I was going to say, projectile invul, and has very little recovery, so you actually can get throw and air throw out of it, because Justice's air throw and normal throw have the biggest range out of anyone else in the game. So getting damage like this, real strong. Yeah, and using Superior Trace to just get past a lot of gets past Chemical Love, gets past Note, does not care about any projectile. That's another throw. Yeah, and this will take care of Note quite well. Another big thing about Justice is because of her buttons and missiles, you build up so much risk fighting this character. Ooh. Delayed the dive kick to avoid the counter. But you build up so much risk fighting this character, so she just chunks you every time she hits you. Ooh, almost. Gets the missile and the heavy. Wow, good first match from Breenby. I think Sean's realizing that maybe the Justice matchup not that bad.
Might just come down to players at that point.
I know. But in the end, going with it. See how the rest of the set goes. Honestly, I think Tom can make a pretty fair adjustment against Justice though, because does have a good amount of ways around things.
Let's see if he uses those options at the right time. Okay, stroke.
A lot of damage.
Nice.
A lot of it was invalid combo, but honestly, even without the even if almost got an FRC combo.
Tom getting balls. His full potential. Tom is
that was a dominant round.
Don't count me out yet.
Not at all. Why did?
Wait, wasn't that a low? Just
no, but why did Sean start with 50% meter?
Oh, didn't Tom taunt at the end of the round?
Oh. If you taunt at the end of the round, they get meter at the start of it. That was a bad play with Tom's ball. I didn't know that.
I didn't know the disrespect tech. Understandable.
I didn't know that. I'm like, how the hell? Because this game, if you don't know, does not. Oh, bad burst, but no punish. Hits him with the wide arms, gets thrown. Oh, hair throw out of that!
Get out of this. Okay.
That's a lot of blocks done. Superior Trace out of there, but...
Oh, and makes Tom pay for that.
Interesting things. I guess stroke low profile Superior, so they just kind of go through each other. Yeah, there's that range where can just safely do Chemical Love to get out of the missile pressure. There it is again. That's a lot of damage. Drops the end of the combo, but hard knockdown not too necessary in this matchup. Yeah, Justice ironically in this matchup does not want to be 3/4 screen, wants to be either completely full screen or close enough to actually hit far slash. Superior Trace to catch the dive kick. That's a 2-up.
Justice had to like to trade. Alright.
This could be a 3-0 if Sean keeps playing this Justice right. I think Sean's found that optimal range for this character. Just realized in another sense, Tom's win rate has just gone negative.
Ooh.
Because the last match was 253-253, now it's 253-254. That's a bad look.
He uses that to fuel his strategy.
That's a tilt tactic if I ever seen one. Get that win rate down. Negative win rate? Damn.
That hurts.
right on stream in front of all of our viewers. Ooh, air throw. No burst, just gonna take the damage.
Maneuvering around the rockets.
Gold burst, okay. Don't know what the gold burst was doing there, but
probably thought he was gonna get hit.
Almost combos into Michael Sword, but a little too many normals mixed in there to actually hit. That's a lot of damage. Justice Swift over here. Try Superior Trace, but Air Superior Trace does not have quite the same range as grounded ones, so even though it's projectile envoy, you did slam into one of them at the end. Sean's Justice is playing pretty dominant right now, though. On set point right now, so. Ooh. Diving right into those nukes. Getting a face full of nuclear right there. Blocked across him. Alright, what's the Oki? Super in his face. But she's not doing it.
Come plus.
One of the things I noticed with a lot of people. Oh, was that?
Was that IK?
I think that was IK mode.
Crap.
Oh, but getting an FC combo drops it though. I was gonna say one of the things about Justice that I feel a lot of people aren't taking. Ooh, got chipped out because it did not activate Flawless. But I was gonna say one of the things that a lot of people are not taking advantage of in the Justice matchup is that Justice has to eat instant overheads just by people holding up forward. Any character can get instant overhead on this character.
She's really tall, right?
I know that's one thing when I play Cliff, I take a huge advantage of because Cliff can just instant overhead most of the cast by default. But against Justice, you just get 4 of them.
3-foot privilege really comes through in this game.
3-foot privilege is pretty nice, not gonna lie. You know, Zappa's a top tier. Just Cliff has an instant overhead on everyone. He's not a top tier, but fun character nonetheless. Let's see if Tom can take this set back. Let's see if we can avoid that shutout. Ooh, gold burst. That's a lot of meter. That's a lot of delicious juice.
Okay. Oh.
Air throw. That's it.
That's it.
3. Oh, wow.
Can't count out Justice's throne.
Sean, honestly, she decided to take that that Justice matchup for what it was and did way better in it than the Faust matchup. So good on Sean, honestly. So now we have grand finals. So we could either take a break depending on what they want, or we could just go right into it. Wow, strong.
At least I did my FRC combo. Your labbing came through. We saw that.
Dude, you did the FRC combo. You did do it twice, actually. So you know what? We take those. We take those. So let's see. Shouts to Breamby, dude. The power of Breamby. Oh, that's what the color is. It's supposed to be Breamby. Breamby, for those who don't know, is a Zigzagoon.
Oh.
It's a Zigzagoon. It's an inside joke between me and Sean about the Zigzagoon who defeated Rayquaza in Mystery Dungeon. But that's the Breamby color, the spirit of Breamby. Well, let's see how Breamby does against Order Soul, because this Order Soul's threatening. Tell him the cows sent you. Eric changed his name too.
Alright, let me get that changed up, man.
Tell him the cows sent you.
Fantastic.
It's Friday night. It's Saturday night. I have no date. A 2-liter bottle of Shasta and my All Rush mixtape. Let's rock. Amazing. Yeah, pass it over to
yeah. I should be good. Alright, here we go.
Please select your character.
Alright, let's see it. Going Faust, okay.
Interesting start. If we get through this hiccup, not looking good. No.
Please wait a while. Well, give it a sec. Technical difficulties. Ba, ba. Wah, wah. It's okay. If it happens at the start of every set, then like this is the last time it'll happen. And
I mean, unless there's a reset.
And my game crashed. Give me 1 second. It happens. Yeah, let's get this running for realsy this time. But, oh, they're both in immediately. Oh, there goes Eric. Never mind. Gotta wait for our resident streamman to come in.
I'm connecting.
So, are you more of a stream man or an ocean man?
Haven't been to the ocean in a while. Can't make that opinion. You a stream man?
But would you take me to the land that you understand? Alright, thankfully they didn't switch sides or anything.
Get connected again.
Oh wait, okay. We're having a good amount of random issues here. Let me do this so that you can try again real quick. Yeah, because sometimes it like stalls on the connecting thing.
It does. It did that time. Alright, alright.
Alright, now we're good. But, yeah. One of the things I was noticing, Fight Kid, I guess, finally got their... Fight Kid 2 got their Dreamcast stuff working, but it does seem to still be delay. But I'm probably going to be testing it within the week. You know, maybe try to get some CVS 2 or KOF 11 or Marvel 2 or something running.
I'd be down to play more CVS 2.
CVS 2 is a great game. So that game though, see a lot less character variety if people start playing it for realsies.
Yeah.
Because that game is old and busted. Let's see. Johnson, they're having issues.
Hey,
Hello?
Dean, did you see Sean's message?
Yeah. I invited Sean. Let me see if I'll let her in. Having a bit of lobby difficulties right now. Let me just try remaking the lobby. Maybe it's like having a weird...
I'll restart my game real quick too.
Yeah, it could be like a weird bug, some kind. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean lobbies are new.
Yeah, we're working on it.
I think you said it earlier, but yeah, considering like the how new the rollback update has been and how much they've actually been putting work into the lobbies, they've improved immensely over the course of the beta. Like it's crazy.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
At the start of this beta, Faust and Zappa just did not work.
Yeah, like you straight up could not play them in the game.
But are you still having lobby issues?
It might not be a lobby issue at that point. Maybe an internet issue if you still can't join.
I know. Maybe someone else has to host the lobby or something.
Yeah. I mean, I could try to host it, but I don't know if you'd want Brian to host it as well.
Johnson now.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Also, looking at the stream now, Brian, I am insulted that you have day mode.
Yeah, dude, day mode challenge.
Friendly mode, okay. Come on.
Cringe.
Hold on.
Day mode challenge. My eyes are bleeding right now.
Alright, I'll fix you real quick. Watch this.
Watch this, he goes.
I'll just pull up the regular page. That makes more sense to you.
Dean, do you want me to try to, if she can't get in on your lobby, do you want me to try to host?
It says she's in the lobby right now. Alright, that seems right.
Okay,
Good.
yeah. Just wait for the stream.
Yeah, let's wait for Brian at the stream. Do I get it over there?
Yo, Brian, can we get some sick midstream beats, dude?
No, we can't, because we're gonna get DMCA'd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, right, true. Can we get some royalty-free, lo-fi or something?
Can you just play like Mozart music?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, just some
public domain ancient music.
Dude, can we play like some monk hymnals?
Alright, we gotta switch sides and then we're gonna bring B versus tell them the cows sent you.
Alright, yeah, there you go.
So Faust in the first match, that's an interesting pick because I think Sean's Justice has been doing way better, but I think it's 3 out of 5 with the potential of a bracket reset, so you got a lot of time to choose your character. Now let's see, we're in Rat City.
Where Faust gets all his objects from.
True. Yeah, interesting enough, I'm wondering why Sean chose Faust over Justice, because I feel like Justice would be a better zoning option for Order Soul who wants to beat him.
Well, I think the other thing is that Sean Justice has just been doing better this entire bracket.
Yeah.
Ooh, gets hit by the hammer though. The big issue with getting hit by the hammer is that at any point, Order Soul could get stunned because of that. So there's gonna be a lot of damage. Blocks the concho. Does it again?
Yeah.
That was a very obvious buffer on Sean's part. She I guess was trying to react to a button that didn't come out.
Yep. Might be nerves, might be misreading the situation.
It's Grands. It's the perfect time to be nervous.
You got a lot of time, it's said.
I just dive kicking out of there. Ooh, jumps and then gold bursts. Interesting play.
Opting for the noodle, I guess.
That's gonna get a lot of damage. Good corner. He gets the meter from the chocolate though. Teleports out. Gives him a meter to the Order Soul though. Order Soul loves him some meter. Ooh, no. Another try to whip punish with the concho again. Another concho. What are all these conchos? This grand finals isn't the time to go for gimmicks.
Yeah.
Ooh, and gets tagged by EX Fafnir. EX Fafnir incredibly fast low. Crazy way to just tag people just for existing. Yeah, I don't think after that match Sean is too confident in that Faust. I think Sean might switch back to Justice. But we'll see. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
that's
what instantly. Yep.
I saw that Faust match and I'm like, there's no way she's sticking with Faust.
I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
She seems to play a pretty good Justice.
Bream B. Shouts to Madoka.
Shouts to palette swap Madoka.
The big thing is that I think because of how Justice's air throw works, it's actually pretty easy for Justice to contest in the air throw race. The other thing is that because of Justice's throw and throw range in general, and also counter, she doesn't have to worry about hitting buttons too much, because she has a lot of things to check, like all this pressure. Like even just Burn Knuckle can get stuffed by counter.
Yeah. And then those projectiles are kind of crazy too, honestly. For their zoning potential.
Nukes are this game's like crazy zoning, but like the big thing is more just how can she keep him out with it.
Because once Order Soul gets in, he's got nuts damage.
That was a lot of plus frames, but no dice there. So on level 3, that's a lot to worry about. He gets Michael Sword though.
Yeah, she's trying to keep the zoning pressure up. Doesn't really matter if he gets to her for the meter, you know? She's trying to keep him away.
Jump cancels jump candle cancels burn knuckle into level 2 Fafnir and just gets so much plus range off it. The big thing I think Sean needs to take advantage of is the fact that you can detonate a missile by throwing the same missile. So like if you do missile and then just do the motion again and hit the same button, the first missile will blow up at the same time as you throw out the other one.
Oh, I see.
So like you can just chuck them.
Yeah, so it's almost like having a little wall in front of you.
Trying to mash jab on him to end the round.
This is looking rough right now. It's 2 up. It's 2 up. It's 2 up.
Losers.
It's 2 up on Eric. So this could be tournament point very soon.
Eric came from winners, correct?
Eric did come from winners, so this could be tournament point very soon. But I think Justice is Sean's best bet. So let's see if some of these Justice adjustments can be made. Oh.
First, you have to fight the lobby.
First, you have to fight the lobbies. Pain. Pain. I think my game froze.
Yeah, there's an issue with Discord just ended. Dean, I rated your Discord stream a big smiley face.
Thank you. I'm glad that I am a big smiley face streamer.
Yeah, you big smiley face streamer, yeah.
Dude. What? That's all I want. I don't want a billion Twitch subscribers. I just want to be a big smiley face Discord streamer.
Dude, that's all that matters. It's that wholesome community streamer, Dean, that we're looking for.
Let's see. Okay.
One more time.
We're fighting this game to finish it. Sean switched back to Faust.
Okay.
Sean switched back to Faust, so we'll see how this goes. This is a big gamble, because now if she wins this, she has to play the rest of this set until the reset. If she gets it as Faust.
Just trying to get the game with the contra.
Yeah.
Maybe you're gonna go out doing something. You might as well go out with fingers in someone's butt.
Hammer?
Oh, the hammer. That's a lot of stun. So.
Okay, uses the burst.
Ooh, almost gets another one. That would've been hilarious if I got the stun.
Double hammer.
Double hammer into IK. That's all Sean needs. That's optimal Faust gameplay. Ooh, meteors. Okay, let's see. Goes for another.
Ooh, gets the overhead. Oh, but burst.
A lot of damage.
They both have full meter, so we'll see.
Super. Lick.
We'll see what Eric does with this meter.
Oh, mini Robo-Ky hits Soul. Concho!
Oh, he got it!
No! Every time! Stop picking heavy slash! Oh, and then taunt so that Sean starts with full meter. Oh my god.
Half meter, yeah.
Oh, get pan.
Oh, okay. Especially for the overhead whiffs and just punished.
So, interesting thing about Sean is that in that super you choose where the angel goes, but Sean almost consistently chooses heavy slash. So, that was an easy guess.
I thought it was random, right? It's a,
No, it's not.
Oh, so
wait,
whoever is getting hit by it chooses.
No, whoever is getting hit by it chooses a chest, but Sean also chose a chest as it hit to hide the angel.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He just no.
Oh my god. Did Sean just rage quit? Did Sean just rage quit? Is that how we end this?
Oh, I don't want to see how we end it.
Guys.
Can you put the fucking Discord message that Sean just sent on the stream right now?
No, I cannot. Oh no.
Just zoom in on the GGs.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Oh my.
Oh no. His mind wasn't ready. Alright. You look here, chat.
I think Sean's broken.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, we're getting spammed by these.
Dude, we're getting spammed by bots.
Why are we getting spammed by bots?
No.
Who the hell are these guys?
Don't worry, I'm shooting.
Big followers though.
Shoot these
Primes and
motherfuckers.
viewers.
Ooh, rapid fire.
Shoot these motherfuckers. Who the hell are these guys? Well then,
Damn.
Damn.
Alright, well, I guess that's how we call it.
Well, congratulations to Eric. Congratulations to Sean. Congratulations to Tom. Congratulations to Brian. Congratulations to everyone on their performance. Honestly, this was an amazing tournament.
Show the standings.
Getting that meant more to me than the money.
I hereby give more money to Ryan.
Wait, Ryan didn't even make top 4.
Wait, no, can we not give it to Ryan? Can we somebody who made top 4?
It should go to either. No. Or...
He goes, yeah, I'll take.
It should. Yeah. We'll figure that out when we figure that out.
Yeah,
but
that'll be something special later.
To do. Can we get Eric in here? Let me get Eric in here.
Yeah, I'll drag him in.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
I don't know what happened. Try again. Hello?
Okay.
What a way to win a tournament.
So I don't know if you went over this. Did you go over what happened there?
I saw.
No, but okay. So let me explain it a little bit more in depth. You know, we played a lot of games outside of the tournament, and every time Sean would get that super on me, I would guess correctly. That you've explained how the super works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a guess between the two.
So
parties.
every time he's hit me, literally every single time, I've guessed correctly. I haven't gotten hit a single time. So now, for the grand finals, last game of like money's involved tournament, I make the read twice. First by going for the one that she always likes to choose, which is Heavy Slash, and then last I big brained it and said, "Oh no, it's going to be Punch this time." So let it be known that I am the undisputed god of rock paper scissors chess, whatever the fifth one is. There are 5 chests, I think, or 4.
Mark made a terrible suggestion in the Discord.
Use the money to buy Chris those feet socks? No, that should be where the money goes to.
Wait a minute.
That is absolutely where the money goes to.
Somebody contact Brad.
So I'll be paying out to the top 3. Sean, if they choose not to take the money, I'll pay it to whoever. But through like PayPal or whatever, you guys. But the biggest thing, you know, is what's called the Robo-Ky Cup. But we didn't see any Robo-Ky play.
Because you're the Robo-Ky and you didn't enter.
You're right, I didn't enter. But Eric, how would you like to get some of these matches in?
Yeah, this is like the final boss. I won the tournament. This is like what, like fighting Shang Tsung? I've never played Mortal Kombat.
This is Shao Kahn.
The guy you fight after the tournament, where it's like, oh, it's the guy behind the tournament the whole time, and you gotta fight him.
All I'm saying is.
So this is real grand finals because the idea is that the tournament was set up that Gene would make it to grand finals anyways. So we didn't even bother putting Gene in. So this is actual grand finals.
I mean, I didn't say nothing.
I didn't say it. It wasn't me.
I didn't say nothing. Let's
are you gonna stream this, or are we just gonna play?
Let's get Brian back in here.
Yeah, hear me out.
I'd like to make an official statement of, I'm sorry, Sean. / suck it, Sean. because I still have a 100% completion rate on your super.
100% completion.
And I feel really bad that it had to happen this way, but at the same time, it's hilarious. So I don't feel too bad.
Oh my goodness.
I will now be reading the.
But like,
entire
apart
Nathaniel's
from
title
that,
bug.
actually GG.
Yeah, this was an amazing performance on everyone. I think there were some good upsets. There were a lot of close matches. Thank you for all of the Robo-Ky Dean. I like it. I appreciate all the guests for coming out. I appreciate, Chewy, Andy, some of the people who couldn't make it, but we'll try to maybe in the future some point try to run more stuff. But I think amazing. Can we send the super in a rage quit into out of context fighting games?
They don't do oh no, that's out of context fighting games. I think perfectly cut fighting games like shut down a while ago.
Yeah, no, because they had some drama. Those accounts always have some whack ass drama.
Really?
Like I know out of context everything had one.
That was such a good page though. Perfectly cut fighting game?
But yeah.
Oh no.
Is robot time.
If I'm able to get in there.
So is this gonna be best 3 out of 5? Just
we can do 3 out of 5, we do 2 out of 3. It's up to you, dude.
let's do 3 out of 5.
Let's do 3 out of 5. Alright. Oh, but you're all warmed up. I ain't warmed up.
Damn, that's a shame because that's like a central mechanic for you.
I know.
Wait, it's a central mechanic for me too. We both have heat meters.
I still think that Robo-Ky, when he steals Order Soul's meter, should give him heat and take away Order Souls.
I agree. I feel like it should make him explode.
Take the damage, then let you have heat.
Yeah, it's one of the things that's rough about the matchup between me and Sean. Because of the way Sean plays, I can very easily get heat meter, and I've gotten a lot better at using heat meter in the past, like, I want to say week. So that's just like kind of unfortunate. Okay, this is good scrambling that we're having. Oh yeah, you get live commentary too.
Oh true, yeah. That means I gotta think of something to say, dude.
Dude, Pog, oh my god.
Oh shit.
So here's the thing, I didn't have meter, so that just lost.
That was supposed to be grab.
No, that was supposed to invul through that, I'm mad. There's the thing about Robo-Ky, his dash attack is fully fucking invul. Or not fully invul, but invul to start it.
Obviously not fully invuln.
Dude, I wish it was.
I got bonked.
I wish it was invul the entire time. Give Robo-Ky some dumb shit. What?
Oh, you're not tall as hell. I can't do that against you. Oh my god, that's
Your EX Fafnir. Dude, fuck the sign though.
Sign. Yeah, actually true.
Get out of here.
Why didn't
Why
I
are you
cancel that?
charging? Yeah.
Dude, listen. I didn't think that would hit OTG, so I thought I would just get that for free.
I feel like Robo-Ky would do pretty well if you replace his voice lines with like Scout voice lines from TF2.
That'd be godlike.
Oh my god, the bonk! I didn't even think about that. I was thinking.
Oh my god, these lobbies, dude.
Yeah, also, do you guys want to pop back into the general chat?
Yeah, we can hop back in general.
There's only 2 other people in there.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hop back in general.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sounds good. I'll do this switch while we move over.
Commentary lobby. There's
are you guys still doing the first 3 or?
We're doing the
Okay.
first 3, yeah.
Okay.
What's the lobby situation?
I just
Yo,
You just what?
or I didn't invite you. I put the
concert. The concert.
Oh,
was sick.
my game's frozen like in the lobby.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
I
you
just have to
restart.
alt real quick.
Yeah.
whack.
Also, the
It's okay,
concert.
the game starts up.
The concert
pretty
was
fast.
good, and they had a surprise announcement. They're doing another one on Christmas.
What? Band?
August Burns Red normally does a Christmas concert every year, and people
Oh,
were
yeah.
people were worried they weren't gonna do it because of Corona. They're gonna do another live stream on Christmas, so I'm like, oh, sick.
Their Christmas album, pretty fire.
Dude, fucking what is it? It's August?
So I accomplished everything I wanted
August
to
Burns
accomplish
Christmas,
that
right?
tournament. Just about. I
Oh, no,
had
yeah.
a lot of my
Christmas
heat
Burns Red,
combos.
But yeah. Anyway, what were you saying, Eric? Since you were the winner, you got the mic.
Yeah, I got a lot of what I wanted out of that tournament. I got to get a lot of my heat combos. I got to do some crazy FRC pressure.
Yeah,
for the most part, I played a little bit more cautiously than I usually do. I got to steal someone's soul.
Dude, stealing people's souls always
you get the
appreciated.
soul read. That was insane.
You got $30.
And then I won rock paper scissors.
I still feel bad for Sean.
I got
Sean
one.
went for
Sean
one
flipped
different
it.
one.
Yeah,
Sean,
Wait, when you say stole someone's soul, are you talking about the burst grab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that stealing. I thought you were talking about Sean at first.
Yeah.
And I heard
No,
you say,
in Guilty Gear, if you steal someone's soul, it's usually burst. That crossed up too.
It did cross up, yeah.
Oh, you guys are
I
in a match?
didn't even realize
Oh.
Eric teabagged Tom at the
I
end.
meant to DP. And you know what? Just take this round.
Just take this round, damn dude.
Wait, oh, we
I
can't
mean,
do
I'm
it.
not actually gonna.
Oh yeah,
bang
it's
up with
not
everybody.
working on.
Nah.
Yeah, I got kicked out. of
Yo,
some-
install. Oh,
Do
rip.
it. Oh, you did it. You could have done it, I think.
Dean, are we gonna be hosting any more tournament anytime soon or no?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll take this one.
No,
You want to put some money up for it?
I'm not dead.
I don't know how much money I have. If I
Wait,
have
am I dead?
if I have
I
money,
didn't.
possibly over like winter
Hold
break,
on, quick, we'll salvage this.
possibly over winter
There you
break,
go.
possibly
go.
over winter break, I'd be down to possibly hold on, but I don't know. I mean, if AC Star rollback comes back, when it comes back, I'd want to play more of this.
Okay, I hate how Robo-Ky or like the Kais are really
Gimmicky.
Weird
like,
to combo.
flat in the air.
They're fucking. Why the
we're
fuck
flat
is
boys.
Why the fuck is Robo-Ky's clean hitbox out of his body?
Don't worry about it.
I have to worry about it,
I said don't.
but I have to. I played.
No.
Okay.
No.
just hit out of his body. Just
Yeah. No, I wanted air tech because I'm stupid.
Ouch.
imagine wanting to attack, but you're playing against Order Soul.
Wow.
Dude, I wanted to DP that too. Fuck. Oh, dude, we got that hella digitized stream.
The fact that that thing is plus 11 is insane.
That was level 3. That was more than plus 11.
Oh, is that level 3? Okay, yeah, it's plus
Level 3 is
37.
plus 37.
Yeah, it's plus double.
It's plus 21 if I charge cancel it.
No. Fuck.
Wait, but that's worse.
Plus 41? Why is that worse?
Oh, I thought you said plus. I thought you said plus 21. Okay, yeah, that's more than half a second of plus frames.
Which move?
So level 3, the level 3 of like the gunflame looking thing is plus 37. But again, Eric said if you stance cancel it, it's plus 21, plus 41, which is fucking insane. Imagine being plus for over a second, or like not over for half a second. Robo-Ky can be plus for over a second.
No, that was my grab.
No, that was mine.
I'm surprised we didn't get like a throw tech there.
No, because it was my grab. Alright, now you can get off the ghetto stream.
Yeah, please.
That's 1-1. Gotta give, dude. I'm like an IBM computer. You need to give me that like first 30 minutes to like warm up and become a computer.
Dean is.
You gotta go through the
So wait,
dial
Dean,
tone.
are you telling me you're deep blue? Or was deep blue was IBM, wasn't it? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
But yeah. Shout out to Robo-Ky.
Okay.
This character's gimmicky as hell. This character has like
He has
the
no
dumbest
move
meter
call.
mechanics. He has an invincible dash attack. He has a bunch of mechanics from Guilty Gear 1 that'll never come back.
He has a move called Gimmicky.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has a move.
Isn't that his install?
No, gimmicky is Matt.
Oh,
Yes, Matt is.
okay.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it broke again.
It
Stream
broke.
dead.
Dude, why is it working? It's okay. We still have the backup open.
Wait, why isn't Brian streaming it to Discord?
He.
Well,
Is lobby just dead?
Lobby just.
Because Brian isn't able to see it. Okay.
Well, we get to watch Robo-Ky hold on.
True.
Let's try that again.
Wait, are you grabbing me on your screen?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, I'm still in the air, mashing punch.
Oh, that'll do it.
Okay, communication failed.
Let's try that again. See, naturally, that match goes to me because I got to throw on my screen.
Well, I had you in block pressure, so naturally I was in the advantage state.
I mean.
You mean what? What do you mean?
All I'm saying is we need to settle this by mixing our two games, and we should play the team mode where it's 3 characters.
All I'm saying is we shouldn't do that, and we should actually do a 1v1 in Guilty Gear 2 Overture, because I think it has a multiplayer mode.
Does it have a multiplayer mode?
I'm pretty sure, because it's just like a RTS MOBA type thing that's in third person.
What?
So I assume there's a mode where like one person can play as one side.
It is a bizarre game.
That's kind of wacky, yeah.
But nah, dude, because we could do a team game. You have Order Soul. I have. Just pick 3 Order Souls. Just pick 3 Order Souls.
Hey, let me pull up. This Guilty Gear.
Can I do that?
I don't know.
Guilty Gear. We're talking about Guilty Gear.
Yes, Order Soul 1, Order Soul 2, and
Order Soul
and Frederick.
And Frederick,
And
yeah.
Frederick, yeah.
And Order.
Oh my God, there is.
Why?
Dude, it keeps happening. Why does the lobby get worse as the night goes on?
Dude, they're shutting down the beta a little early, aren't they?
Yeah, right. This is the last weekend, right, of the beta?
Yeah.
Yo, Soul. There is in fact a multiplayer for Soul for Overture. It's a MOBA.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that's not good.
We have Ghetto Stream at least? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're good.
It's Valentine and Soul. Oh my God. That's wild. It's a MOBA. I didn't know
Secret
my
boss.
terms.
What's the frame data on your dash attack?
Good. It's safe as fuck.
Like, is it minus or?
It's minus.
Okay.
What did you get?
No, you were so far away from me.
No, I wanted a command grab you. Oh, I tried to.
That was my grab.
No, I didn't get FRC. See, the thing about playing against Order Souls, you have to space out your sick abares.
You're sick of bars.
Okay.
Yo, what up?
Yo, what up, he goes.
Yo, what up?
No! Am I dead?
Punchies! Punchies! Aegis!
Holy crap.
No, now I'm dead.
This
I hate Robo-Ky.
Characters.
Fucking hate that character.
This character's cheap.
You ever DP on someone else's do you ever DP on someone else's wake up?
When it's a 4-frame overhead, all the time.
Dude, he literally just has Sabami Gaishi.
Dude, I can't believe Robo-Ky kinda busted.
Can't believe we're doing Sabami Gaishi. 4-frame overhead, man.
Just block it. He blocks it a lot because I do it too much.
Mm.
We get the ghetto stream for the secret boss, because the secret boss is like, this is like, oh, here's how you unlock Robo-Ky in like the RPI FGC. You have to like win an entire bracket.
You have to
win a bracket without dropping a set.
And then you have to send a general chat at everyone KOF sucks, and then suddenly the secret boss appears.
Wait, question: Did Eric drop a game?
Outside of just now, no.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't even like dropping a set. Wow. Eric got his free $20. Got his free $30.
Why? That's gonna hit me.
Yo, what up?
That's my frames that punishes it.
Hell yeah. Bonk.
Why is Robo-Ky not a Guilty Gear character?
Dude,
It's Robo-Ky.
they should put him in Strive.
Yo, what up?
What if he becomes a boss in the good Strive? You know what I'm saying?
He should be a boss character in the game.
Who?
So the next character that they have to release the moveset for is what's his name? The fan guy.
The what?
The guy with the fans.
Oh, Anji? Yes.
Anji. So Anji will be the next character they release moveset for.
Yeah, and then after that, then we'll have one more character.
And then that's it. So, Dean, it's possible. It might be Robo-Ky.
Dude, it was.
doubt
I'm so
it.
happy.
But you know, it's not impossible. It could be Robo-Ky.
You only need to use. You only need to use more.
I'm living.
Hello? Hello?
Who did?
Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Sean, how you doing, Sean?
How you doing, Sean?
Honestly, I would have ranked with, like, regardless of if I won or lost.
If Sean won, Sean's like, I win. Out.
I just wanted to end the tournament super anticlimactically because it was hilarious.
Oh my god.
I mean, honestly, respect.
The Robo-Ky tournament wouldn't end any other way, honestly.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Anyway, can I join in?
So this is doing. Yeah, we're doing. We're doing tag finals.
Holy
it's cool.
Damage.
How you doing?
Apparently, Dean. Apparently, you can loop that.
Yeah, I know.
Not missile.
Let's go.
The exhaust.
I do that all the time. I'm aware.
Hit him with it. Ooh, grabs.
God, I opened up the Twitch stream to watch and like I heard Lucas repeating something and I thought he was actually just repeating the exact same thing.
No, I can't believe you.
And as you can see, Robo-Ky is stupid. This character should be banned from all tournament play. I love this character.
Ironically, he's actually he's actually the lowest tier.
Can't believe I didn't unlock the secret character.
You didn't unlock the secret character. EX Robo-Ky.
I gotta go through another tournament again. I gotta go through.
Alright. Like Shin Robo-Ky.
So who's creating the lobby?
Dude, Shin Robo-Ky.
I'm probably gonna dip. I'm really tired.
Is it time for Is it time for Robo-Kart?
Oh god.
I'm probably gonna dip as well.
It was a long day.
I think Tom was looking forward to that duck game tournament.
Yeah.
But
oops.
maybe next weekend.
Maybe next weekend. But that was a long night. I'm glad that everyone had fun.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm
there
glad,
were so many good moments.
And I'm glad that I'm glad that I got to show the stupid Robo-Ky shit of I bursted my own explosion and got meter positive installed.
Wait, were you actually playing EX Robo-Ky or just normal?
No, just playing normal Robo-Ky.
Wait, EX Robo-Ky?
Wait, Sean, where'd you put the clip?
It should just be in Guilty Gear now.
It's in Guilty Gear.
I think it also just
I see it, yeah.
End of an era. GG's arms.
Yeah, can we pin this?
Honestly.
Oh my god. Yeah, thank you for coming out, everyone. I don't know if you ended the stream yet, but thank you for coming out. We're gonna call it a night. I'm glad that we got this done before midnight because that was a big worry. But you know, hopefully in the future we'll have more events and stuff going on. Maybe not just strictly tournaments, but also just other fun stuff. But thank you everyone for watching, and thank you everyone for competing. So
give him the big fogger.
Would anyone like to
stand Robo-Ky, stand KO1?